Hello, and welcome along to episode 18 of Sogravia, the last Bastion. Last episode, our party leveled up because they found their target, Roccus Sunderdown. Unfortunately, this week, right now, Jay cannot currently be with us as he is cavorting in Cancun and has currently he's currently crippled his scapoid. He'll be with us at some point, we hope. We think he's overslept. Nevertheless, in the meantime, I do have my other 6 players with us. We welcome back Jay after we welcome back Darth even after a 2-week hiatus.
What do you mean? It says I'm Jay.
It does say you're Jay, doesn't it? That's why I got confused. Let's move your face over there. Look at that. Do you see how easy that was? Boom, done.
Hey.
A simple solution for a simple problem. Something that our party is very unlikely to find in-game. They found a simple problem. They found some bandits. They were told to get a dwarf and his band back together and kill them all. So we're probably going to visit a temple full of giants. But with that, I hand back to you. It is currently approximately 2 p.m. on the 21st of Shez.
All right.
You are sailing out upon the sea. This is the end of week 3 together.
And I already drowned.
So yeah.
It feels like so much longer.
Well, we've been playing 18 sessions, Josh. It's just the characters have been together 21 days.
That's what I mean.
Oh,
that's what
right,
I'm talking
okay.
about. It feels like I stand by what I said.
Very well.
I stand by what can I get out of the water?
Okay, quickly,
You
fish
were
up
never
Glacius's
drowning.
dead body.
Yeah, you were never drowning. You were in the boat.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
If you were a good person, then you know
Oh
you
my
drowned.
God,
But
get
if you were
off your
evil,
high
you wouldn't.
horse.
So
Get
The
off
only
your
thing-
high boat.
The only thing we know about Glacius' performance last week is he can't cook for shit. I rolled like arse for your
Yeah, I
for your
saw.
cooking rolls.
It was tragic. So
Because
what
it places
now?
presumes, that's what we know.
Yeah.
We had
We got this-
determined that taking the swan boat down the river was not that useful because it wasn't that deep, right?
You can take the swan boat down the river. I sort of I was a bit misleading on that point. Having done a bit more
You lied to
investigation.
us.
No, I confused myself. You can take it down the main river, the River Dervin, and you will be able to traverse the whole length all the way up to Thraxon, pretty much. What you can't do is go up this river, or this river, or this river, which are all narrow rivers. I think the confusion was when we were here, exactly. You may encounter some strange creatures that live under the water that make people wear yellow knitted hats. I don't know. That could be fun.
I mean, we have this boat for 24 more hours.
Yeah, I mean, in 24 hours, you could probably get all the way up to Centerpoint if you wanted to.
Let's go to Milton.
It won't do
yeah,
that.
fuck this campaign. Let's just jump to the
So-
next one.
This is a job kind of for the Furian Guard, right?
Correct.
I mean, there's
Well,
It was-
it's for both the
for-
Furin Guard and for the Mages Guild.
Yeah.
To prove it one way or the other.
but were the giants and the disappearing people, are they just random bounties or are they also jobs for one of the
The
factions?
Giants is for the Furian Guard. It's their temple that's being attacked by Toilet Roll. By Toilet
Temple
Roll.
of Lethe.
I'm sorry. Why is your dog?
What?
Why is your dog wrapped in Toilet Roll?
Aw.
Hey.
What?
It's a nappy. Is it?
What are you
Is your dog wearing a diaper?
A diaper.
Yeah,
They-
he is.
Okay, right. Well, I just thought he was wrapped in toilet roll. My brain just stopped halfway through my sentence and said toilet roll. Sorry, back to the point.
Wow.
At the top of the mountain is a temple that's very sacred to the Furian God. It's a temple to Lathander, and it's been attacked by giants. So that is a job for the Furian Guard. The job of the disappearing people in the woods ostensibly was given to you by one of the mages at the Mages Guild, but there is nobody who is going to be upset at you for finding out why people are disappearing in the woods.
Bandits.
Everyone likes that.
Yeah. All the...
We could sail our boat
All
here and
factions
knock
would
these
like that.
2 out. Park it right here.
Did you say set it?
Sail
what I
it,
heard.
sail
Oh, okay.
it.
I was like, that's evil. That's the sort of thing Glacius would do, you know? Sell a boat that's going to
Giant
disappear
swan
in
boat for
6
sale.
hours.
Hey,
What
Good
do we-
idea, actually.
I
do
didn't
we
say
know-
you get to keep it.
Do we not want to investigate the caves first before we leave this area?
No, I think this is like you have established that that's where they are. Going in.
Well, we don't want
is
to go
going. Well, I believe that I told you last week. Please do nothing more than scout them. If you go in, you will probably die, and that will be the end of the campaign.
Well, I thought
Let's
that's what you was
go.
hinting at with the whole, you leveled up, you know. Maybe you should do something about it.
No.
I thought that's what you was hinting at, that we just
It was-
leveled up. So
no,
we
I
should
was
go
saying-
in the cave.
No, I said you leveled up for doing the main storyline, so by all means do the side quests. But if that wasn't a guideline, I don't know what is.
Okay.
No.
No, we were told not to go in those caves or we'll die.
Yeah,
horribly.
I actually begged you not to go into the caves.
Since when do we do what people ask us to?
Since like all the time.
This is how you die. You know, it's quite telling
find
that
it.
giants wrapped in
Find the
loo
bandits.
roll is less risky than whatever this cave thing is.
Lou roll. That's so cute. God. All right.
Like our main path here, if we want to try to ingratiate ourselves with the Magus Arcane and the Furians, possibly would be to go down the middle and
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Knock him out, then get drunk guy.
or we could just go back to Carthon, teleport to Thraxton. Or
Just a
Hania,
just a
if
reminder,
Thraxton's not a-
yeah, only a dwarf
Yeah.
can teleport to Thraxton.
Okay, so we can teleport to Hania.
Why don't we have any dwarfs in this party?
That is a good
I
question. Dwarves are the
I
best.
can call my friend Flint
I love dwarves.
Fireforge. He'll be able to get us in there.
Callum wishes he was a dwarf. That's like as close as we're getting.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, let's sail away.
Sail away, sail away.
As soon as you said Flint Fireforge, my brain just went Foulrich Thunderdick Sun Meadow.
Oh, yes.
That's the first thing that came into my head when you said that. Okay,
You know
so
his last name.
yeah, I only know his last name because I know Thunderdick. Right, if you guys want to head down the river, is that the plan?
What is happening there? Yeah, I think so. We like the Magus Arcane. I think
Great,
that's one
okay,
thing
Matt,
most
roll me
of
a
us agree
D100.
on. The Furian Guard we're kind of iffy on, but I think most of us are cool with the mages, right?
Yeah, the difference is that if you wanted to progress in the Furian Guard, you need to join them. Whereas the
Be a
Magus Arcane is
Furian.
sort of okay with you being
Be a
assistance.
religious nut.
What did you get, Bat?
49.
39?
49.
49.
Okay. Oh. That's depressing.
Aw.
You are... you are approximately 3 hours into your journey down the river when a gnome falls out of the sky.
Uh-oh. Is it that guy?
Can I catch him?
Yeah, sure. Give me a dex save to avoid falling off the boat, and a strength save to actually catch him.
Ooh, as this is something that's only affecting me, can I add my shield AC to the dex save?
In what manner are you using your shield to assist you in catching a gnome falling from the sky?
You're gonna swat him away.
So because yeah, it's just because you're saying the dex is to stop me falling off the boat, I'm gonna like slam it into the boat to stop me from falling off the edge.
Okay, so you've got one hand like sort of slammed in with the shield. You've got your other hand catching a gnome. Yeah, give me a dex.
So I've slammed the shield in, and then I'm like leaning back on it to stop me falling over.
Are you using the shield that is the shield that makes like a wall? Or are you just using
No,
that
it's
one?
just,
No,
my
you have
shield
that one,
is
okay.
just a shield.
Okay, your shield is just a shield. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Add your dex modifier. Give me a dex save and a strength save. Yes,
Okay.
Zavril, you may ask a question.
How long? So when we see him falling, how long is it roughly until he hits the ground?
He reached terminal velocity.
I'll let you
No,
know
I-
when
I
we've got a
think he
strength
gets
save.
So I'm gonna use
I
one
need
of
the
my
strength save
quick
first, by
cards
the way.
to re-roll that.
Okay.
Oh, how
Yeah?
bad did you roll?
Sure.
Well, I'm never getting crits anyways. I always roll so badly. In
You
Oh,
get
we
combat.
didn't
crit
get to
on.
read it.
Oh
Let's
well.
read it first.
Oh.
If you had hit him, you would have got maximum damage, and you would have been able to disarm them and break their weapon. When you
Oh,
didn't use
who
it for
cares about that?
that. Instead, you reroll with advantage. You sort of hear this about
Okay,
a
so
second
that's a-
before he hits the ground.
That's a dirty 20 for the dex save.
I need the strength save first. I don't know how many times I've said this. I need the strength save
Oh,
first.
sorry.
You can't fall off the
That's
boat
a
if you don't
26.
catch the
That's a
gnome.
26.
Right, okay,
That's
you
so
catch
good.
the gnome, that's the important thing, right? You catch a gnome, you put your shield in, you lean against the shield, the gnome, sort of, you're able to catch it, and you are now holding a gnome.
Is it Felix?
I'll just look down. Hello.
He's dead.
You're cradling it.
God.
Oh, see, now my knee-jerk reaction is just go, "Oop," but Sullivan wouldn't do that. So
He's dead,
Sullivan.
he has a long wispy grey beard and a huge pair of purple spectacles.
Ooh.
no.
Yoink.
I want to say I'd shout the healer over here, but the healer's not here.
Not only that, but he's dead.
He's
like,
dead.
really dead. You're not, like, resurrected.
Yeah, but we could find out what how he fell from the sky.
Yeah,
you know,
I
how
look
he
up
died.
and around.
Okay, give me a perception check.
I'll just lay him on the
See
floor
a
respectfully.
19.
Okay, you see that huge being up above pass by again.
Oh
Do you
my
remember?
god.
Did we forget about that from last week? Cool.
didn't forget.
Glad we did.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. This huge creature, a brief shadow above. There
Oh,
are-
with the claws.
yeah, but there are no marks on this gnome whatsoever.
He gets
Wait, wasn't he screaming when he fell?
No, I was just being a dick. Yeah.
He
It's
was
just that
already
Sullivan
gone.
has like Spider-Man reflexes.
Sometimes I have to admit these things. Yeah, he was dead. You know that he was dead long, but ooh, give me a medicine check. Let's perhaps be a bit more specific.
Medicine.
Sullivan. Yeah, medicine check.
Sullivan.
That's
Nice.
Okay, you know nothing, and hand him over to Fox, who makes a medicine check.
I've laid him on the floor respectfully.
Right. Okay, you know nothing, so,
you
you've
kick
laid him on
over
the
to
floor.
Fox.
Fox will come over, baby, come on over tonight. And we'll load his character page really slowly.
Do you want me to do
I
it?
thought you were gonna say load his gun.
Eventually, he will click the medicine
Yeah,
button.
he's like, if he wasn't dead before, he is now.
Dang, James rolled better.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I didn't even see your roll. Yeah, so Fox comes over and he looks at it and sort of will tell you that this gnome has been dead for over 12 hours.
Yikes.
Oh.
Oh,
He's been
Less than
falling
24,
too.
more than 12. He's probably only been falling for about 6 seconds.
Wow.
Is the thing circling us?
Nope.
Ashton
It
didn't
sort
get
of beelined
good
across the
look
sky.
at this thing.
No.
And
It's,
what it was?
no, so let's to be a bit more specific, the creature was very, very high up.
Oh dear, it was like a speck.
No, even that high up, he was still a decent size.
Oh
Is
god.
it like in layers of clouds? Or
Yeah, just below the clouds, but high enough up that you can't really see any detail about
Where's
it.
that spyglass?
You do
AC
think
130.
the creature is actually black-skinned, though it seems to reflect the light in almost a silvery reflection.
Can I check his person to see if there's anything that identifies him?
Yeah, of course you can.
Like
As
the
you
cool
rifle
glasses.
through his pockets, you find what appears to be a manual of some sort or a series of an instructional booklet. It is written in Gnomish, so I'm assuming you can't read it.
No, only goblin.
You do
for me.
see some diagrams drawn inside.
You know someone who's gnomish.
Well, I was.
Zavril.
Zappa, read this.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
give it a good
give
grade.
it to I'll give it to Zevro, and you know, can you make can wait, you were joking?
I was joking.
Damn it! I don't know what Zevro knows.
Fine, I'll read the
Auto
book.
gnome in our party.
I'll read the damn book. What does it say?
Returning
No.
from Cancun, Jay is now with us, just to let you know. Hello, Jay. Good morning.
Oh, where did you come from?
Yes. Anyway, you're going to read the book. It is a golem manual. This is on D&D Beyond. Let me give you the exactsies on the name. Wow, I can't believe I just said exactsies. What is wrong with me? I turned into a 9-year-old on the playground saying...
I'd like a divorce.
Okay.
officiate it.
Oh, come on, D&D Beyond, you're taking the piss today. You're so slow.
Josh,
It
you
is
get
a
half of James's
manual
campaign.
of iron golems.
Oh, hell yes.
Plural.
That's the name of the book. So you may add that to your inventory, Callum. It
But there wasn't
doesn't,
any,
it doesn't
like-
mean you can just spontaneously make an iron golem. Secondarily to this, you see
Afterwards.
Secondarily to this, you see a black wand-like device that some of you will recognize. Specifically, Obi will recognize it instantaneously, as he was given one of these only 24, maybe 48 hours ago to get into the Mages Guild.
Oh no.
Oh,
Poor guy.
yes.
So this gnome is a member of the Mages Guild. And he also is wearing a uniform. That's very nice of him, isn't it? If you want to give me a history check with advantage, Callum, Zavril, you may give me a straight history check as well.
Is it because Alum's old? Alum?
Callum?
Me without my
No, it's
Callum
because it's
old stuff.
relevant to Callum.
me without my Callum dice.
Is this like...
Bruh, this is what I'm saying. I gotta go find my Callum dice. That was with advantage. I got an 11. Fuck's
Okay,
sake.
yeah, it's been modernized since Callum wore it. But a 14 from Zavril will
Back
tell
in the
you
day.
that this is the current uniform of the Artificers Guild.
Oh, yeah, mine looks way different now.
Is
I
there
just
a name tag or anything?
no, but I would like to remind you that somebody, not a gnome, did escape from Carthan with some golems that were in construction.
That's
you
flying
remember.
overhead. It's like a Megazord. Mega gold.
Perhaps we should.
Is that a
perhaps we should
dinosaur?
take.
No, don't worry about it.
It's from Power Rangers.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, Michaela. Holy
You
shit,
didn't miss a beat.
that was
Thank
personal.
you, Michaela, for understanding. the
Don't get it
reference.
twisted.
Oh dear.
Didn't even miss a beat. Jesus.
It's from Power Rangers.
Anyway, yes, you don't think that there was a golem flying above. I will tell you that. But
We noticed there wasn't a wizard experimenting with flying.
well, perhaps he would be wizardly as well. But as an artificer, it's more likely that he was trying a contraption of some sort than actually trying to fly himself.
Catapult.
And in fact, as Jay is now with us, can I have a perception check from Fox, please?
There was advantage with the spyglass.
No, definitely not. You are not looking
Ah.
up.
Look up.
He has advantage anyway, though.
Wake up, wake up.
Constant advantage.
Yep.
19.
19, cool. Yeah, as you look around, you do see floating down very slowly, like almost like a leaf on the wind, floating like this. Something a little way away, falling towards the shore. Sort
Oh
of
my
up
gosh.
here somewhere. It's not actually 9 miles away. It's like 90 feet away. Didn't I fix this? Yeah, I did.
The
Okay.
miles?
Okay, so it's just not very good for short distances if I'm zoomed out. Okay, got it. Yeah. I was saying it was
And maybe we should take this man's body back with us. I'm sure he has some family or friends that would like to know.
Where was that Artificers Guild again?
The Artificers are part of all of the
Obi.
Mages Guild.
Not all gnomes know each other.
Hashtag not all gnomes.
There's an Artificers department in every Mages Guild.
Cool.
Mages Arcane Guild outpost in the area. You would assume that he's come from the Carthan Mages Arcane, considering you are really quite close. But yeah, you can see like some sort of device floating down, just like sort of 80 foot, 90 foot away on shore.
We go
Check that out. Yes, please.
Okay. A couple of you are light. Sid, Callum, Zavril, a couple of others maybe.
Yeah.
And you have to wait for it to come down, as it really is like a leaf, like floating down really slowly, moving from side to side as it does.
Does this thing look like it's light, or does it look fairly massive?
Well, it's floating
looks
down
as
like
light as a
this,
leaf.
so it's obviously
Yeah, but I'm
quite
not-
light, aerodynamic.
I
However,
can
it does
imagine
look,
it does.
it's large.
It's large.
Yeah. But in fact, as you look at it more closely, it's sort of like a giant pair of wings.
Ooh.
Da Vinci
And
wings.
secondarily to that, it's got this sort of fluttering kite-like structure. when they do eventually come down to the ground, it does appear like a contraption designed for flying, and you will note that one of the wings is completely crunched and has a huge claw mark through it.
Oh dear.
Oh. That would
Callum, you
explain
may
it.
give me an artificer's tools check, tinkerer's tools check. Sorry.
We're talking. Okay. 22.
Why have I got empty cans? Yeah, 22 is great. You note that there is a small amount of magic on this device. It looks to be sort of like a featherfall spell.
Cool.
But it's meant to be like an emergency response to the failure of the gliding itself. So it's meant to glide mechanically, and then if that fails, use Featherfall. Unfortunately, the slash goes straight through the glyphs that cast the Featherfall. So this guy was kind of screwed.
Poor guy.
As you
This
look
is
at the
why-
shape of the wing and how it's bent, you can assume that the jolt of the hit actually killed him. And indeed, Fox will tell you that the neck of the guy is broken, snapped inside from the impact of being hit by something real big.
Oh my god.
At least it
Didn't
was
you
quick.
say he was dead for like 12 hours?
I was just about to
He
say.
is indeed dead for about 12 hours.
Is
He
that
was
thing
gliding
carrying
for a
him?
while.
You would assume that perhaps it got tangled up with the flying creature, and has drifted for like a long, long time.
So,
Yeah.
so this guy could have came from a lot further away than Carthan then, considering it was 12 hours by flight.
It's
Something
potentially,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, you do know that, however, that 12 hours ago that creature was flying over there, right?
Yeah. So it could have been
it's
from
been
Kvatch,
it's been
maybe.
stalking up. It's been stalking around this area for quite a
Right.
while. It flies very fast, so you've got no idea really.
So there's no personal effects on the person that indicates roughly where they came from. Just that they're.
You know that he's a member of the Magus Arcane. He's an artificer. He's got a book on iron golems. He's created this device that's sort of somewhere between a paraglider and a pair of wings. You could repair them potentially, Callum, to
Yes, please.
be something
Callum can
that
fly
they.
now.
Well, not at the moment. It's going to take quite a lot of work.
I want Sid to be able to fly. So we gotta
I think we're
upscale
gonna be-
these.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I mean they're basically like a metal version of the wings of flying. I think they're-
Oh.
oh, here we go. Sorry, it is an ornithopter of flying.
Oh my god, what is
Oh.
that word?
Ornament, you made that
Ornithopter.
too.
Yep. Ornithopter, yeah.
I don't know what it means. I just know that that's got the right dimensions.
Let me see if I can find a picture.
However,
Wow.
the weight requirement is doubled, so it's 600 pounds, not 300. You can
Okay,
you can do it if you're up to 600 pounds, not up to 300. But there is a lot of repair to be done before they are in any way working.
That's
That being
cool.
said, they will fit on the boat. I don't know what you do once you get off the boat.
Ooh.
Strap them to Glacis' back and make him lug them along like a peasant dog.
No,
Peasant
Sid
donkey.
will carry them.
I'm a
Don't
pack
worry.
mule, so yeah.
Of course, yeah, Sid can carry them. That's fine. In fact, you could even like strap them onto Sid for now. There is one wing completely crunched.
Yeah,
in,
let's
but-
try him on,
Yeah, well,
Sid.
yeah, so
As
Sid's
we
got
step,
one-
Step over this
Yeah,
dead ass
Sid,
gnome.
Sid sort of stands there and like really sadly just flaps one wing, like.
Ah, nice. Come on, where's your enthusiasm?
It's like that moment, you know when the kid goes up the slide and the mum's like, "Hold on, let me take a picture, wave," and they're like,
That is what's happening.
"That is what's going on right now."
Yeah, strike a pose.
Yeah, so you have a broken ornithopter of flying, and a dead gnome.
Yeah, I'm gonna kneel beside him, and for the next hour as we travel, I'm gonna cast ceremony to do a
Aw.
funeral rite, and I will talk about how
He was a
even
great
though
man.
the Mages Arcane and the Furian Guard are kind of out butt heads with each other, they still are serving the king, and how they serve for good reasons and they benefit society and stuff like that. And so once that's done, he won't be able to be raised as an undead for the next 7 days. And then I will also take my blanket out of my bag and cover his body with it.
Thank you, Pastor Sullivan.
Once
Go
you
on,
have-
demon.
Once you have shrouded this man in your cloak and given him his last goodbyes, what's the plan? Is the boat going to continue along the water, bringing this gnome with you, or do you plan on stopping by somewhere? Just a reminder, there are like villages and stuff, right? There are very few people in them in general, but you can like see little dotted settlements in along the river.
Just wave hello.
And specifically, there is also a guard outpost on the road at the bridge where you stopped before.
A guard outpost. Would they take his body, or would it be more expedient to take him back to Carthan?
It'll be
Well,
far
we're
more
not going straight
expedient.
there.
It's only a 15-mile journey, so on horse you could do that in sort of like an hour return, right?
Okay. Yeah, I think we should take him back as a fellow man of science, you know. He was trying something and it doesn't always work out. I respect his efforts.
What's the thinking? Are we going to leave a couple of people by the boat to make sure nobody runs off with your fancy swan boat?
For what, 6 hours?
It'd be really funny if they did.
You've still got like 18 hours left, maybe 20.
Yeah, we got time.
Sure, I'll stay behind.
Good.
Yeah, I'll stay with the boat.
Okay.
If he's staying, I'm leaving.
Well, it would make sense, right? So Sullivan and Callum and Obi, perhaps? Is that the group?
Sure. I'll carry the body.
Where is Fox and Zavra? What's their thonking? Wow. What's your thonking? Are you staying with the boat, or are you travelling to?
What you
Carthan?
funkin'?
I thonk, therefore I am.
Oh. But what are you doing? What's the plan?
Yeah, you know, I'll help them out. I'll go with. I can.
Your phantom
at least.
steed.
Yeah, I can at least help carry.
Stick him with the boat.
Okay. So Fox stays with the boat. Zavra, you'll summon yourself a phantom steed. I'm sure that Sullivan will call his magical steed. You will ride the Cid, Callum, and between the three of you are able to get to Carthan within about 35 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah. Once you get there,
I guess we'll just head straight to the Mages Guild, I guess, because they'll hopefully be able to identify him and point us in the direction of any family or friends or anything like that.
okay. So you just go straight to the Mages Guild. You're carrying this shrouded gnome. You're carrying him like proper, like outwards, so people can see that you're carrying a body.
No, he's got like the
I
blanket
know he's
over
shrouded,
him.
but like it still looks like a body if you're holding it like that.
I'm not just dead body, anyone. Dead body. Not like that. It's not like that.
Okay.
Dead body here, $5.
So Obi will let you into the guild, I'm sure, or Zavra, either one.
Yep.
And then, when you come in, the administrator is there. He sort of looks over at you and, good day, welcome back. How did it go?
But we're actually here for a different matter.
Yes.
We found a member of the guild, and
no.
I'll lay him down on the ground and I'll lift the blanket just like past his head. Like they don't need to see,
It's
his whole body.
It's
Do you know who this man
He sort of
is?
shakes his hand and, oh, no. I knew it would come to this eventually.
Oh, you know him.
He is, was Asclepius. He was a fine inventor and, suffice to say, a genius does not always stay grounded with the rest of us.
Good one.
Wait, hold on.
He doesn't know he died in flight, right? So he didn't realize he was making an unintentional pun. He was prone to odd ideas at times that were occasionally a little risky for himself, usually. I imagine this is the fruition of one of his recent experiments. Where did you find him?
Well, he found us. He fell from the sky, but it wasn't his invention that faltered. He was attacked by a creature. We don't actually know.
Oh.
We haven't gotten any good look at this creature, right? So we have no descriptors other than
You
big.
know it is bigger than a rock.
Oh gosh. Those things are bigger than a rock.
No.
Creature? You mean the creature?
Yeah.
Right?
So you
What's the
fought.
other
You
thing?
fought rocks.
There was
and
something
birds.
else.
It's like a rock.
The other creature, Matt, is that what you're talking about?
The other creature that it killed.
Yeah. The Narkakuga.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
the Narkakuga is a giant leopard, basically.
What'd you call me?
Yeah. So you know this flying creature to be much bigger than a rock, which means it is in D&D signs gargantuan in size.
Whoa.
He fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess tell him that there's a gargantuan beast on the loose, and
Yeah.
no one has seen
Not a
this from the
dragon.
towers. No one else has
not a
reported
dragon.
about this.
No.
No.
God.
Speaking
Okay.
of,
Well,
Anyway, I will
It's here.
get some of the astronomers looking at it. Perhaps even a couple of our naturists can. Naturists or naturalists? I never know which one's which. Who are the
would
ones
say
that study
naturalists.
nature and who are the ones that run around with no clothes on? 'Cause I know that they're both naturists are the no clothes dudes, yeah? Okay, so naturalists.
no, naturalists are the ones who I think don't have clothes on.
Okay, Google will tell us all.
yeah.
Who
what's the
is naked?
Naturalist is a
naturalist
person who
looks-
goes naked in designated areas, otherwise known as a nudist.
Well, I'll be
But they
damned.
also worship nature or natural objects. A naturalist is a person who practices naturalism in art or literature. So I'm looking for neither of these. So let's go for zoologist.
Biologist.
Basically,
Anthropologist.
we'll ask our druids. That's what I'm going with.
Fuck
That
me,
works
druid.
better.
Yeah, funnily enough, the druids do all three of those things. Worship nature, walk around naked, and do naturalistic art.
Oh, what a
Yes,
fun
Fox.
bunch.
Yes, we'll ask our druids to keep their eyes on the skies. But well, I can see him to his comrades, if you would like. Probably the best way of setting him to rest.
Yes, we would very much appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, Asclepius. He was a good fellow, you know. Had a great taste in wine. Good drinking fellow.
You
And
don't
an
say.
excellent conversationalist. Thank you so much. His way of saying thank you so much is sort of a. You can see he's kind of saying to you, "I'm not rewarding you." You know,
We
like-
don't need a reward.
money.
no,
for
there's that sort of
Don't.
element of that. But he's trying to do
No,
it
it's
delicately.
fine.
So I
We're
guess
just-
we're leaving the body with him then?
Well, he has asked
Yeah.
for. He's sent off for a couple of gnomes to come down from
Okay.
a bit harsh.
We're
Really,
not
getting
like
small people to
we're
carry
not like
things.
yeah, we're not like propping him up on a chair or anything.
No.
Okay.
Delivery style.
Yeah, we just
Pretending he's like still
lay him
drinking,
down on
just-
the administration desk, you know.
Yeah.
Not my papers. No, you hand him to two gnomes who take him off to the Artificers Guild, where you know. You get the impression that he might have had friends or at least colleagues, but very little in terms of family. Or anything like that.
That's
Aww.
true. He didn't have friends.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
So yeah, anyway, you can get back to the boat.
Godspeed,
his
brother.
Maybe his friends were his family.
Yeah.
his
Did you
chosen
think about
His,
that?
family.
his chosen family, his colleagues, yes.
Yes.
And they felt as stuck with him as we do with real family. Anyway,
Aw.
with that
He
being
was
said,
the drunk uncle that we don't know.
he was a man before his time. He was trying to invent flight. You guys can make your way down the river. It's currently about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. The sun begins to set about 7:30 as you pass the bridge. And I'll take a D100 from Darth.
Alright, let me see if I can. Alright, hold on.
Oh, you give the D100 as a person who can't roll.
That doesn't really matter. I mean, it's 50 random chances. They don't get better as you go up.
I'll fail.
79.
79. There you go. We've got a.
That feels
that's a
good.
39 for me. Yes. You encounter a man on a small skiff rowing the other way. He sort of waves you and hollers you over. And, good day, good eve. Hello, travellers. Hast thou found any trouble along the river?
Boy, have we.
Boy, howdy.
Oh, should I pull in for the night? Would that be a better idea than continuing onwards?
There's a gargantuan beast about. I'll show him the broken remains of the flying thing. There's bandits
Oh.
all up and down this way.
Don't scare him.
Oh, I'm gonna scare him straight. Why are you out here on this river?
I'm making my way to Carthan. I'll stop up at the bridge. And
Making my
we'll
way
come on. I'm a potion salesman. I sell potions. Are you interested in any purchases?
Can we handle your strongest potions?
I don't know. Can you?
I sell potions too.
Oh, you do? Cool.
Once.
What have you got? Once.
I don't do it anymore.
Oh, I do.
He's retired.
Yeah, I've got
What
lots
sort
of
of
potions.
potions?
Well, I've got some healing potions, some strength potions, some stamina potions, some mana potions, resistance potions. I've got potions of climbing and comprehension, magic detection, and animal friendship, bear's endurance, bull strength, cat's grace, eagle's splendor, owl's wisdom, growth,
My
water
goodness.
breathing, all sorts of things. Whatever takes your fancy. If you'd like me to speed that list up a little bit more, he has.
Oh, nice.
And then he has healing, stamina, mana, strength, and resistance.
Boy, there are a lot of potions.
Also, perhaps if I was to pull up right now, you see, I bought this thing, and it's really good, but maybe the rivers. I didn't really enjoy this journey along the river for me. So I don't suppose you'd be in the market for a boat, would you? It's a folding boat.
On a boat.
Hey,
It folds up, but it's awful
Is it
heavy
a-
for a gnome.
is it a single-use boat?
I just
like
realized
this one
both
we're
these guys
on?
are gnomes. No, a folding boat is a permanent thing.
Oh, good. Okay.
How big is a folding boat?
You can fit 4 people in it.
Well,
Fox can
I
swim.
think. Let's have a look.
we can make use of that.
Yeah, that's it.
You
Fox
actually
can
should
swim. Little harsh.
Well, I
Yeah, well,
can't.
glaciers can drown.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
the point.
Sorry,
This can drown.
it's 10 feet long, 4 foot wide, and 2 feet deep. It can hold up to 4 medium creatures comfortably. Oh, hold the fucking phone.
Or look
The
at the
second command word causes the boat to unfold into one that's bigger, with oars and 15 medium creatures, yeah.
Yo, shit. Fuck this swan boat.
Do it.
Let's take it. Hey, do you want to
Move
trade?
into the
boat's-
the smaller parts of the river?
No, hold on.
Oh
I
my
might be- I
god.
might be turning evil, but that's too far.
No, I'd like to get to the shore. So we conduct our business at shore.
All right, all
Yeah,
right, all
let's
right.
pull off. You go to that side. We'll go to this side.
Okay, so he sort of pulls into the side of the river, and he's sort of, apropos, and the boat goes massive, and then he's like, apraga, and he goes down into a box.
Alakazam.
He sort of looks at him.
Cool.
Yeah, but really not a comfortable ride. I'd prefer walking the road. So, potions. Can I interest you? Anything? Anything in particular?
The potion of watchful rest. What does it do?
Well, indeed. What does it do? What a wonderful question.
It's good.
Allow me
Remember
to
that.
enlighten you.
Please.
I have searched it and it hasn't come up.
That was my problem too, which is why I'm asking.
I remember this from the last campaign. It was good. I remember that.
No, it
Oh,
should
good.
allow you to get an 8-hour rest while remaining
Oh, that's
alert.
cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I said, it's good.
Could I
it's died.
could I buy a potion of growth?
Yeah, you're looking
Sullivan,
for
you're not getting any bigger.
you're looking for personal growth or
Oh, something a little more intimate.
no, it's just a standard potion of
That's
growth.
the blue potion.
350.
350.
$3.50 or
Sullivan, I know you're broke.
pounds.
No wonder I've got 1,000 gold.
From
Shit.
what? Who'd you steal it
Yeah,
from?
we split it back. We got more after
Okay.
he gave all his money away.
Yeah.
All right.
I will take the potion of growth.
Okay, 350.
What's a potion of comprehension?
What is it? Or do you want one?
Yeah. What is it?
I believe it allows you to comprehend languages.
Mm-hmm.
Is that also not working on D&D Beyond? Have we got homebrew turned
Yeah, I
off?
can't. When I'm searching for it, it's not coming up.
Guys, my dog smells like a pretzel.
That's
Well,
something.
Eat it.
That's not an excuse to eat it, Darth.
No. Well, he was trying to eat me earlier. That's why I couldn't roll my dice.
Aw.
Okay, bear with me a second. I think I know what's happened.
I'm
Yeah.
interested in that potion of clairvoyance.
I'm interested in boat.
we're,
Interesting getting some mana potions.
we're getting the boat.
Oh yeah, we're getting the boat. Don't you worry. Your pretty little head. We're getting that boat.
Right. Sorry, give me a second.
This is pretty funny. Potion of aqueous form. You just turn into a puddle.
I don't think so. Don't you turn into a water-based creature?
There you go.
Oh,
Into a puddle of water.
Nice.
A potion of comprehension is you gain the effect of a comprehend languages spell for an hour. The liquid is a clear concoction with bits of salt and soot swelling in it. The potion of watchful rest says when you drink this potion, you gain the following benefits for the next 8 hours. Magic cannot put you to sleep, and you can remain awake during a long rest and still gain its benefits.
Cool.
It has no effect on creatures that don't require sleep, such as elves. I don't know why these are not coming up for you guys. They're not coming up for any of your characters, so they must be to do with some content that's being shared in a different campaign.
Yeah, some of them do and some of them don't. How much is a potion of stamina?
I have a various selection of potions of stamina, but a standard one is 100 gold. 600 for a greater.
And he has all the variations of healing as well.
Most. I've got a lesser, standard, and greater, and superior, but not supreme.
I love that brand.
He has standard mana potions, 3 versions of strength potions, and all resistance potions.
Okay.
Get my hands on a standard mana potion or 2.
Do you already have one? Do remember that mana potions give you exhaustion, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. 850.
Damn.
850 each, or?
Yeah, of course.
Oof. Okay.
What does it do?
Yeah, there's a reason why Fox really wants to go up into the mountains and find blue mountain flowers.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
Just really good peyote from it.
Yeah, they're pretty difficult to make and pretty powerful.
But it's okay with me using some group loot. I might spend 200 gold to get 2 regular stamina potions.
200
Nice. Nice.
Want to spend on this hack? Sure.
This hack. Wow. See, now Fox finally understands why I never want to eat at any restaurants we go to.
Can't you make stamina potions already? Have you got the ingredients for those?
Yeah, which of these can you already do, Fox, for free?
No, I don't have a Matic wax yet.
You don't have a medic wax? Okay, cool. Yeah,
James is
that's
just
what
like,
you're missing. No, that's fine. That is right. A medic wax is...
Ding dong.
Beautiful.
A medic wax is typically found in caves and coves. If you want to go back and fight some bandits and die, get some there.
Go!
But yeah, no, they're grown around mushrooms.
How much for that potion of heroism and potion of clairvoyance?
I thought you said heroin for a second.
A potion of heroism is 750. Do bear in mind it doesn't give you the heroism spell. I think it gives you like advantage.
No, it gives you
stuff
bless.
Yeah, or bless, that works, yeah.
Callum needs that.
And clairvoyance is 850.
You need that, Glacius.
I already have a baby version of that.
Heroism 750, clairvoyance
That's
850.
True. Ooh. Zavo, can you cast clairvoyance? What's the vibe?
Bear with me 1 second.
Yes.
I'll check.
Oh, if you already know it, then I will not.
Definitely
bother.
had a scroll of clairvoyance given to him at some point.
Yeah, I think I've got a scroll specifically.
Okay, then I will have 1 potion of heroism, please.
Well, I cannot find a scroll of clairvoyance. I've got reverse gravity, hold person.
Did you write it into your spellbook?
No.
Well, you definitely got one, I remember.
I don't.
Callum's reversing.
That's not coming from me.
No, it's coming from Sid.
Oh, yeah. He kept stepping on people when he was walking backwards.
Jamal, it's here. Diviner's spellbook.
They made me add it as a safety feature, they said.
Diviner's spellbook.
Holding the industry back. So many safety features.
It was on that woman with the stars on her.
Oh, yeah.
On her cloak.
Oh, yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay.
I believe it says clairvoyance in quite clear letters in the middle of there.
Right, okay.
You killed her, Fox got a nice cloak. And you got
Yeah,
spells
right.
that you didn't write into your spellbook, yeah.
That sounds like Jamal.
Well, there's a reason why I didn't write them in. It's because it just immediately it gets expensive, and I didn't want to just take a shit ton of gold straight out of group loot straight away. But I guess I can write
It's
clairvoyance.
fine.
Okay.
And stop being broke.
Anybody
Yeah,
want
okay,
any
fine.
other
I'll write
potions?
clairvoyance in. How much is that going to set me back again?
I don't know. You work it out. You're the wizard.
No, I just don't remember what the cost was per level.
Look it up. I would have to
50
look
per
it up.
level.
Yeah, there you go. 50 per
No,
level
it's
unless you're a
because I
divination
keep
wizard.
getting confused between this campaign and Beldania as
Well,
well.
you're also a war mage and stuff. Oh, okay, Beldania has a different economy. This game
exactly.
doesn't.
Yeah, right, okay, that should be 50 then per level.
Maybe, sure. Anybody else for any potions, or can this man give you a folding... Do you want to buy a folding boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. 1,000 gold.
Okay.
All right. That's what our shared gold is for.
Wait, why are we getting a second boat?
Because
This
this
boat's
boat, your boat that you're currently on, expires in 18 hours. This folding boat can be brought with you at all times, and at any given time, a command word will make it a boat on the water that you can all go on.
What animal is it shaped after?
It's not.
Well, then why are we
Unfortunately.
getting it?
Well, I'm sure if you want
This
it
boat
made
can go down
some
the Skinny River.
if you want modifications
The
made, you'll
skinny
have to speak to
branches.
Callum. It can go down the Skinny River, but not as a big boat, only as a medium boat.
What if we give him 3 bear traps?
So some of you will have to walk along the Y.
All right. 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
He is very grateful. You will notice that every time you give him gold, he sort of waves his hand and it disappears. It's kind of cool.
Okay. And where's it going?
Back
You don't
into our
know.
money pouch.
Just vanishing. Whoop.
Fair enough.
You can give me an Arcana
Wait.
check if you want.
Can we do the
Ooh,
Skyrim
okay.
infinite money glitch?
Ooh.
We sell him his stuff.
That's a 10.
Yeah, you've not seen that trick before. It's pretty cool.
Oh, well.
I'd like to approach the salesman.
Uh-huh.
Um,
What the hell?
The snake oil salesman?
now that we've had some trades and I feel like we're becoming friends. Have you heard of any people disappearing on the roads?
Why, yes, I have. In fact, I did a very wide... It's one of the main reasons I chose to purchase the boat. I did a bit of a wide circle around the Greenwood. A little bit nervous about getting too close. I'd heard the rumours. So I stayed on the river all the way up to Carthage. I normally make some stops in and around the Greenwood. But not this time. Yes, but only rumours, only that.
And have you heard anything about the Fury Guard possibly conscripting people?
Oh, I mean, that's everybody discussing that, isn't they? The Furin Guard this, the Furin Guard that. Oh, they forced these people into our army. They've hired these people. They've made these people fight. But you never really speak to the people that were made to fight or conscripted. Without evidence.
I like
It's
this
accusation, isn't it? The Mages Guild are always furthering their political views by... the Mages Arcane, sorry, I've got to stop calling them the Mages Guild. Mages Arcane are always trying to further their political views with rumour on the wind. It's one of the main reasons I won't join them. I'll sell to them, but that's all.
So you don't think there's any credit to their claims?
Oh, I'm sure there's some grain of truth in the rumour, but... Hey, you know, I mean, there's some of the Furin Guard paladins are great orators, you know? Very persuasive. Probably all it is. People join up and wonder a few months later what the hell they're doing, fighting in a war that we're not going to win.
Well,
I like that optimism.
No.
don't you worry. The world will be at peace soon.
Oh, is that
I
so?
don't like that optimism.
Forgive me if I continue to doubt you, young man. Although, may that serve you well. He sort of looks you over and mutters very quietly, "Optimistic paladins."
I heard that.
I like this guy. Can this guy just become like our best? Can we trade solos?
Stay away, demon!
Yeah, tell him again. Throw
He doesn't say
I'm gonna
that.
kill
He doesn't
this
say
guy.
that at all. But yeah, he basically, you can see he's got a very cynical view of the Furion Guard, a very cynical view of the Magus Arcane. He basically kind of thinks everybody's got their own agenda and he's just happy to make some money and live while he can.
I see.
Dude, I love this guy.
He's a centrist.
Oh, what?
He's just like me for real.
A centrist. He doesn't want to take sides.
Sure, I mean, he's against the Shadow Veil. He's definitely rather take a
Alright.
side in that war, but he'd rather the war just left him well alone.
Shadowhunters.
Yes, he'd rather the war just left him well alone. He sort of looks to you and, would you perhaps like the use of my campfire this evening? It's kind of approaching the eve, or do you plan to sail overnight?
Oh, that's a good
We
question.
still have how many hours of the boat?
Of the Swan boat, you've currently... So you had 18 hours at 2 p.m, it's now 8 p.m. That is 18 minus 6, which is 12.
Good job. We should probably just make.
Man, we should keep sailing.
Okay.
We could sleep on the boat, taking turns.
Well, in that case, I bid you a great fair good eve. Thank you very much for the business. Much appreciated.
And a
Thank
great
you for the
fair good
political
eve to
view.
you too.
Is that what I said? A great fair good eve.
Great fair, good eve, right there.
I meant a farewell and good eve is what I was going for. But whatever. Great fair and good eve to you two.
Great fair, good eve.
You know, not much is
And to you as well.
Yes, not much is a
And to all a good night.
overly elegant language.
Alright.
Ciao. And
Go to bed,
with that,
sir.
he'll wander off to his campsite and leave you guys to sail through the night. Are you hoping to stop by our lovely conscripted Furions, as they are called? Guys, do we have a name for this town? There is. I gave you the name for this town. Do we have it somewhere?
Oh god.
Philip J. Seymour Hoffman.
Let's see.
Let's call it Riften.
I'm not mad-
call it.
I'm not mad at that.
Let's call it Nipton. There, that's what it was.
Oh, no.
No,
What
I
about
don't have
Megaton City?
What about New Vegas?
Do you guys have the name?
Nope.
No.
Okay, bear with me a second.
Can't you tell?
Well, I know you don't have the name,
Wait!
but that doesn't count.
Riverside!
Oh, it is-
Riverside!
Yes, there we go. Thank you.
We could have guessed that.
Riverside.
Not Riverwood.
No.
Mr.
Yes,
Golden
so,
opportunity.
as you,
It's called
as you,
Skyrim.
are we done? Great. Okay. As you arrive, it is about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you see what appears to be a deserted village.
Oh my god, deserted.
Yeah, there
Wait,
are
what time is it?
2:30 in the morning, but when I say deserted,
Oh.
I mean like the house doors are open. There's about 12 houses here. The doors are open. There is an old church where one door seems to be off its hinges completely. You do see signs of fire on one of the houses.
I would
Wait, like it's on
immediately.
fire, or there's like a fire in the building. Like
Signs that there has been a fire in the past.
okay.
I immediately go to like the nearest building to see if there's like anyone that's been trapped or any survivors. and like that.
It looks like it's
Hello.
been deserted for about a week. You
my
see
goodness.
no signs of any people. You do see a couple of chickens in one person's yard still pecking around. They seem okay. As you come around another building, you get butted by a very annoyed goat. It's been tied up for a week.
If I adopt another 6-year-old,
Yeah,
serious
the
problems.
goat is furious at having been tied up here for a week without fresh feed.
I will undo the rope. I'm assuming is what it's tied with.
Okay,
Right there.
and he
No,
butts you
chained.
once, and he sort of hesitantly pulls to the edge, like where he expects to get pulled back. Realizing he's free, just sort of runs off.
Goodbye, goat. Wait, why don't you ask that goat what happened?
That's
Damn
the
it,
BBG
Sullivan.
right there.
I don't talk to animals.
Surely someone can.
I think Jay was speaking, that's why I waited.
Oh,
I guess goodbye because it ran away.
Oh, okay, right. You're not engaging in a conversation. You're just wishing it goodbye. You see the goat pass by. You go, a great farewell and good eve to the goat, who responds in kind and leaves for his freedom. If you want to ask somebody what happened, ask the chickens. Yeah.
That'll go well.
They're great conversationalists, chickens.
Did you know that there was once a chicken and that survived for 18 months without a head?
That sounds
That's
crazy.
how stupid they are.
Why don't we find a cat?
Let's test that.
So overall in the village there are 7 houses, 1 church, and an inn.
My goodness.
All of them are completely deserted. The inn still has kegs of ale in it. Down in the cellar. Yoink. Okay, cool. Yoink. The cellar door seems to have been like hatched down. You're able to open it, and you notice that there are still kegs of ale in there. The food in there has spoiled, though there is some grain that's okay. You find no potatoes, much to your disgust. But like there was some fresh bread and vegetables that really hasn't gone well. Just to give you some guidance in this sort of world, potatoes, amongst other various groceries, would be collected daily from the farmers around the village, not kept in the inn for extended periods of time.
Not in my bag of holding.
No.
Ashrin, is there any way of finding what direction the people fled to?
Yeah, I will skirt around looking for any large exodus of footprints.
Okay, give me a survival check and a perception check, please.
26 survival.
26.
18 perception.
Yeah. As you look around, you're able to identify 3 separate sets, if you like, of footprints. The first is what appears to be the people here. They seem to be in a panic. They sort of move from building to building, and almost all of them lead to the church. The church is the only stone building here. The rest are all made of wood, so that might be why. And as you make your way over there, you see 2 sets of prints come over. One is iron shod, appears to be heavy plate mail armor. You do also see the signs of hooves with those plate mail armor, like organized soldiers. And there is a third set of prints that look to be bare feet of larger creatures.
Bears.
You got a 26, right? On your survival, 26, Laura?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, you are able to identify at least some of these prints as orcs, bugbears, and goblins.
Yes.
Oh, so it could have been. Do we know anything about those races? Like, are they inherently evil?
Yeah, so typically orcs, bugbears, and goblins aren't inherently evil, but they tend to work on the orders of people who are inherently evil. They tend to be up to no good. They're fairly amoral.
Yes.
Yeah, they're definitely not the good guys. Yeah.
Well, we may be able to save some more goblins.
They're often just out for themselves. And you do see
give you a bean burrito.
when you make a perception check, you got your 16 or an 18, was it?
18.
Yeah, you see some signs a little way down the road and out of the town up towards the hills of battle. You see a couple of fallen weapons. And if you make your way over there, you will see many decapitated orcs, goblins, and bugbears. They look like they've been completely routed.
Damn.
All of the wounds are sword wounds, though some bear the markings similar to Sullivan's weapon strikes.
They got smoted.
A sort of a sort of radiant energy around them. They indeed seem to have been struck and smited.
And I definitely only saw one armored footprint set.
When I said a set, like multiple.
Okay.
You know, maybe 15 to 20 armored men.
Like a squad of soldiers.
Yes, yeah. So I was saying there's one set of one collection of villagers, one collection of armed soldiers, one collection of radiant little dudes.
My goodness.
Could this be the reason why? Does it look like this was like a partially like a planned evacuation sort of thing, or like a hey, this happened 5 minutes ago that we know these guys are coming?
At least a week.
No. I don't mean how old the footprints are, but does it look like it was like all the villagers were rushing to like stammering over each other? Or like
you know that the villagers fled to the church in panic. They're sort of milled around all over the place. Ashram will be able to tell you that it was as if they tried to hold. You can even see the door on the church is like broken down, as if somebody broke in.
Yeah, that could be why they were, or why there was rumors of conscripting soldiers, is because they were preparing for this that was coming. Maybe.
I'd like to approach the church and take a thorough look inside to see if I can piece together any more sort of visual clues and evidence of what happened inside.
When you go in, you see that the pews have been lifted and leant against the doors, as if to make a barricade. One of the large bookshelves has also been tumbled over and hacked down, as if to block out the door. There have been sort of very hastily made sort of boarding up of the windows, amongst sort of other different signs of a struggle from inside. And indeed, you do see, after a little while, some blood on the ground, although no corpses have been left here. A couple of hastily dropped, very ornamental-looking spears that perhaps were part of statues or displays. They're certainly not meant to be used as weapons, but they have been used as weapons. Show the signs of blood upon them.
So, any of the blood on the floor, does that have trails leading somewhere, like a direction out? Or...
Nope. Just spatters, if you like.
Got it.
So I guess we should visit the church then to see if that's.
You're in the church right now.
We are in the church, so we should find the church.
Yeah, good luck. It's going to be hard. It's going to be real hard to find that church.
What is this building?
Honey,
Sullivan does not recognise the church. What sort of a...
I'm not a god worshipping paladin.
Sullivan is not religious.
He's
He only worships the king.
Which, I mean, when you think about it, he kind of deifies the king, so you could say he's worshipping a god.
Yeah, I mean, to anybody who wishes
False
to,
gods.
you can give me a religion check to see if you can identify which god these people worship.
Ugh.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's Lathander.
Pretty...
No, that would be a Furian
Ooh,
god.
I'm gonna guess soon.
Okay.
I got a
Obi's
22.
going to tell you that it's Shauntia.
Ah, damn.
Goddess of life, bounty, and agriculture. The Earth Mother. Great Mother or Mother of all flowers. Very gentle goddess. Peaceful time.
Nice.
Nice.
So where's the people?
Not here.
The people.
Nope, you did
Do
not
we
see a
see their
single sign of a
trails?
corpse at all.
From
no,
the church, I mean, leaving?
From the church, you see signs of hoofprints, armoured soldiers, but you don't see many footprints.
Ooh, like they were carried away.
That would be one assumption. There are wagon wheel... Wow, I love wagon wheels. They're great. They're great. Do you have wagon wheels in the US? The chocolate
On by
candy?
Darius Rucker?
Like a wagon?
No, wagon wheels are candy. They're really good.
So it's basically milk chocolate with marshmallow and we would call it biscuit, but I guess cookie. But it's not like a cookie.
Oh, a
Okay.
s'more.
Let me get a look at
They're
this.
small.
I don't know how to explain.
They're just small chocolates. Yeah.
Nope, never seen this in my life.
No, they're very good. Anyway,
could I look to see if the church has a cellar or something? Maybe that's where people are hiding out.
it doesn't appear to have said or anything. It's a very small. You've got to remember, like you're in like imagine it like a chapel, right? Not a church. At most, you could get 15 people in this building. There were 3 pews. Yeah, you know, the altar's made of wood. Like, there is nothing about. It just happens to be the only stone building. Ashram, with your 26 and your 18, give me an insight check with advantage and see whether you can piece together a bit of what's happened here. I mean, perhaps you, the player, can piece this together before I tell you with rolls.
Wow.
Is that a good wow or a bad wow?
No, that's I'm going to use my card. Wow.
Wow.
Double threes.
Is that the first time Astron's like failed something like that?
No.
Jeez. 17.
Okay, cool. Please do expend the card. Let's find out what you would have got from your card.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
What you threw away was double damage. Well, that's not too bad, is it? It's a rubbish card.
Kind of ass.
Yeah. With a 17, you would assume that these people were locked in a fight with someone for a while before these armored prints turned up, and it appears potentially either saved them or carried their corpses away. Either way, the armored people did away with the raiders by killing them all on that hill. They did have wagon tracks leading away, so you would assume that they at least carried the bodies away, if nothing else.
They're conscripting corpses. That's what it is.
Yeah,
They had a whole thing
they're taking them up to Farron to get the
about how they hate the
to get the
undead.
Magus Arcane to raise them back up as a.
Wow. We don't like you guys. Take these corpses. They're like,
We heard you guys like corpses.
This is like the best thing you could have given us. And they're like, no, it wasn't meant to be a gift.
Just for reference, you can follow the wagon wheels if you want.
Which direction do they seem to be going?
They lead at first out of the town in this direction, but then they cut off into the hills.
Oh, bye. Where could they
Is
be
that
going?
normal? Like, I guess there's probably some villages and stuff in these blank areas.
Yeah, of course, there are loads of villages, but they're very small. Like, nowhere has a village of over 30 people. There are no towns in Sogravia anymore. All of the towns have been packed up and abandoned and replaced with the cities that have stout walls and, you know, people feel defended in. So if you can't afford to live in the city, you live, like, on a farm, basically. There are, however, outposts throughout Sogravia that house either the Dawn Guard, the Furion Guard, they're basically like stations. No, the Magus Arcane teleport everywhere.
Come on now.
So they don't need to. They don't need
Come on
to
now,
stop
we're not
along the road.
peasants, we don't walk.
Well, they don't need to stop on the road, right? They go to where
Yeah,
they
I
want to
know.
I'm gonna take to the podium. I'll just say, you know, if anyone here wants to get married right now, I can.
be. A prepared
that
ceremony.
podium.
Great.
I look
Sullivan
at
waste
you,
all-
Inglesias.
Obi and
Sullivan
Sid.
wastes all- Yeah.
They are around the same age.
Yeah.
Fox and Zavril.
No, Zavril and
Zavril
Nocturne.
the spell book.
Zavril and Nocturne. The owl. Fox and Roberto. Yeah, you never know. You were married Glacius' dog. Yeah, regardless.
You should marry Obi's dog and Glacius' dog.
Oh, Brutus and Roberto. Yes.
I mean, I think it is. Wait, is it just creatures? No, it does have to be adult humanoids, unfortunately.
Oh wait, you can only do humans? Damn. That sucks that you're the only
Right, the
one
wedding's
that-
off. In that case, what do you want to do? Do you want to follow the
I
carriage
want a
tracks?
divorce.
You can't
Do we
really
wanna
divorce if you
follow
weren't married in
them?
the first place.
I think we should just
It's
go to the
just a reminder. It's
disappearance.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Wait, how fresh did those tracks look? The wagon tracks that
Over
were
a week.
carrying.
A week.
Oh my god, forget that then.
Over
No,
a week.
no.
You don't know how old, but they're over a week.
They
I
could
was just
be-
like, fuck it, dude.
They could be anywhere by now. We clearly can't do the mission here because there's no people.
Well, no, I think that's what it was. Is that like people heard about this village going like quiet, so to speak, and it wasn't that like, oh, the Furion Guard conscripted them. It was that they all died, and the Furion Guard just took their bodies, right? Like, I have a very strong suspicion the Furion Guard wasn't conscripting anyone, at least here. It's just no one heard from them anymore, and so they were just like, oh, must have been taken by the boogeyman or something. Like,
Hang on.
Maybe they were all
As the
given
rest of you
the,
decide to
hang on.
make camp, Ashrin, do you want to follow the tracks at all?
I don't think so.
If I can, I would like Nocturne to fly following the tracks for, say, half an hour.
Okay, you won't get anywhere near that far. About 15 minutes up the road. Which is why I'm quite annoyed that nobody's following these damn tracks just around the corner around a hill.
Obi
Is
said-
what looks to
Obi said
be
he wanted to.
Oh, okay, sorry. So,
Obi goes by himself.
Obi will ask. Xavra will be like,
No.
don't worry, I've sent a bird.
We didn't go.
Yeah, the bird will come back and basically tell you that there's like some, it's like a high wall built up around the edge of the hill with like sort of a lean-to. They can't see in, but it looks like an outpost of some sort.
Oh, how nice.
Right, because the one thing I was concerned about, and the reason why I wanted to send the owl to have a look, is there was the possibility that the wagon was, say, ambushed on the way out, and no, that we'd see a wreckage
Nope.
of the
Nope.
wagon and bodies, but
Yeah,
an
loot the
outpost is something
bodies.
at least we can visit.
Yeah, that
Take a
place
look at.
is fortified, seems to have places for horses. It's quite big, could easily house 300 people.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we need to pay this place a visit, see what's going on.
Is that the plan?
Okay.
Do we want to do that in the morning?
That would be a good idea.
3 o'clock in the morning, or
Yeah. Hold on. It
Daylight.
is morning, guys.
you want to sleep
Let's
till the
go.
morning? Is that the plan? I'm assuming that some of you have slept somewhat on the boat.
Yeah, we probably should.
Sure.
Okay, take a long rest, and we'll pop to 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yay. Good morning.
We do the video game thing where we just sit down and then
Lights
just
fade
sit
out,
back.
lights fade in. 8 o'clock in the
Overpushing.
morning. Ashrin, you're the elf. You do hear the sounds of motion outside the church.
Oh my
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
What are you
Does
listening
it
to?
sound like footsteps, or does it sound more like a scavenger animal searching for?
It's definitely humanoid.
It's the goat. He's back.
Sorry, what did I miss?
Footsteps, humanoid, 8 o'clock in the morning, outside.
We went to
Oh,
sleep.
also
Oh.
outpost.
Oh, yeah. Did you miss the
Anybody-
outpost? You didn't miss that, did you?
No, I think I was here when we scouted the outpost, but we rested
no.
in the church.
Correct. You
No,
take a
no.
long rest.
There is an outpost that we're going to. There's an outpost down the road.
Yeah, that we
Yeah.
scouted, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With the-
Miss
So the bird scouted
Kind
it.
of. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, it's fine.
People
Cool.
outside church.
Okay, there's a
shoot 'em.
person outside.
Yeah, if to anybody who's awake, I'm going to give a shushing motion, and then I'm going to quietly make my way toward the door to peek out.
As you peek out, there is a man. He is
Shoot him.
creeping about. He has a short sword in his hand, and he's creeping into one of the houses.
Oh my goodness.
Do I see any sort of identifying armor or anything?
No armor at all. He's wearing peasant's
Oh,
rags.
he's naked. Oh, okay.
But as you look a little way away, there is a donkey tied a little way out of town to a picket. Sorry, Josh, that's really loud.
I'm
Thank you.
doing it.
Gonna
The
turn.
noise. There's a noise. Noise. Hang on.
But my mic's not on.
Oh, okay.
Was it
Then
not?
how are you talking?
Sorry. Anyway, carry on, Laura.
No, it is now.
Okay,
But
it's fine.
can you
It's fine.
still
Don't worry
hear
about
me?
it. I can't hear the noise anymore, so that's fine.
Right.
Yeah, Ashrin. There is.
I'm gonna
don't
turn
get
back to
outside.
the group. There's either a scavenger who has come to loot the town, or a townsfolk who has come back to recover his own belongings.
Okay, we should send Sullivan out.
Confront them
Let's go
gently.
ask
Yeah?
him.
We should see what he does.
Dude. One dude, let's go talk to him.
Is he just popping into houses?
He
Just the one house.
Oh,
Just
just
gone
the one.
into the one
Okay.
house. Are you waiting for him to come back out, or are you following him in, or what's the plan?
Go
I'm
talk
gonna
to
stand
him.
right outside
Let's
that
see what he's
doorway.
doing in there.
Okay. Ashrin, you
Not
wanna
me.
try
I'm
and
not
get closer?
stealthy, but
I'm
I'll
gonna
stand there with my demon armor.
stealth around the corner. I'll go hang out by the donkey.
Okay. Oh, the donkey's quite a way out of town, like 60 or 80 feet out of town, picketed.
No, it's really far out of town.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'll just be around the corner.
Okay.
Nearby.
Yeah, you see him. Go on, Sullivan.
I was just gonna say I'll happily go out to him if that's...
Okay, you're just gonna go to the building he's in and just say hello.
Yeah, well, as I approach, I say hello.
Oh! And then he lets out a sort of almost like a shriek, and then he stay back! I'm armed.
oh god.
What's his arm like? Is it like shaky? Is he solid? Is
He's
he
inside a
nervous?
building. You're not. You don't know.
He's what?
He's
Oh,
inside the building.
then-
You're not. You don't know what his
So I
arm
don't.
looks like.
So I don't know that he's drawn his sword. You're just...
He says, "Stay back! I'm armed."
Okay, right. He was just.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's doing that,
Okay,
but you can't
right.
see that, so I don't know why I did
see
it.
that. Okay,
No,
sorry.
I was in character, right?
Okay, yeah, I was just clarifying. Listen, we're not enemies. I'm a member of the Dawn Guard.
I'm coming out!
Alright.
And he sort of comes out. He's holding his sword, but he's quivering and is sort of not even at the right angle. And over his left arm appears to be children's clothing.
Sir, please put that down. Please put that away. You're in no danger from me or my...
Or the demon guy over here.
Yeah, he sort of takes the sword and he puts it through the hook at his belt. And he sort of smiles at you. And, I don't really know how to use it.
That's fine. Not many people do.
But what brought you here?
Well, we actually heard rumors of the Fury Guard forcibly conscripting. Shut up. Forcibly conscripting people, and so we came to investigate.
No, never that. But they saved us and offered us shelter.
What happened here?
We were set upon by raiders. We sent a runner down to the Dawn Guard guard post up near Carthan. They made it, but the Dawn Guard said that it was too far and they couldn't abandon their post. The raiders came again that night and they started to break into the church when we heard armoured men outside. They chased away the raiders. They offered us peace and a place to stay and some safety. They did ask that some of the more able men joined if we were willing, but they didn't force anyone. We joined in gratitude.
Only them?
We went with them and found shelter.
Our women folk were... there are few in the town, and those that are were they're not able to serve. He's basically trying to tell you that they're either too old, too frail. They're not really able to serve as armed.
All right, that beekeeping age, I get you.
There's only 12 of them. There were only 12 of us in the village.
Oh wow.
You know, and 4 children. So not.
Did you come back here looking for something?
My young girl, my daughter, she doesn't like wearing the same plain tunic every day. She wanted some of her pretty dresses. I hoped to sneak back, and the Furin Guard told us that we needed to leave our material possessions behind and not take any risks in case we run into danger, but I just wanted to make her happy, you know?
Well, let me help you.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
Of course.
I'm Adrian.
It's Sullivan.
A pleasure.
And I'll, gesture for him to, show me where to look, I guess.
Well, no, I mean, he's got the clothes on his arm.
Oh, are they in good condition? I've got this... I've got a mending spell if you need it.
No, I mean, they're obviously peasants' clothes, but they're in pretty colours, and, there's some little bit of flowery patterns, and he'll tell you that her mum sewed them, and, they're very precious to her, and, this little thing like that. And you can see he's also picked up, a couple of kids' toys. There's obviously a boy and a girl. It's quite obvious.
Real quick, can I just get a quick overview of his story one more time? So they were being attacked.
Yeah, the town of Riverside was being. They knew that there were raiders nearby. They saw signs of them in the night. They sent a runner to the Dawn Guard outpost, which, if you remember, is at the. It's not quite at the bridge. It's here.
Oh, it was the Dawn Guard outpost. Okay.
Yeah.
I see.
But the Dawn Guard didn't come.
Got it.
The runner.
Wow, that's pretty rude.
The runner didn't return either, so they don't know if the runner made it. But he thinks that the Dawn Guard refused to come. Maybe you might get the impression that the Furin Guard might have told him that. Anyway, but the Furin Guard did come and save them after they were hiding in the church that night. The raiders were trying to break in when the Furin Guard arrived, killed the raiders, and saved the townspeople. They offered them shelter in their Furin Guard outpost, and basically said, if the men that were there were willing to serve, they would be very grateful to have them.
Got it.
It's not coercion, and it's not forcible conscription, but
it's what that gnome said. It's being really persuasive.
Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, I know I just saved you, but if you were willing to say maybe join us, and they're just like, well, you saved our lives, I guess we owe it to you. Right?
You do see an almost fanatical light in Adrian's eyes when he talks about the Furin Guard, and due to his gratitude, you know? They didn't... It's not about... For him, it's not even that they saved his life. It's they saved his kid's life. You know?
Sure. What do... Sorry, go on.
Cast Dispel Magic.
I would like to catch Zavril and or Callum's eyes and see if we can just like have a side conversation just a little bit away.
Yeah.
Little powwow.
Yeah, I mean, right now, you're all across the road in the church, and he's... Sullivan's standing outside the building. You know, Ashrin, you were able to, like, go and have a look, but you can go back to the church, right? It's like 30, 40 feet away.
Yeah.
Right.
If you wanted to recruit to town, saving them from a threat that you possibly put into place would be a...
It would be very persuasive. You're speaking my thoughts out loud, Ashrin. Can we check out those goblin bodies?
Extremely conspiratorial, but...
Callum, it's easy when you say your thoughts out loud.
I'm saying Ashrin is saying the same thing I was thinking.
I think checking out those bodies is a very good idea.
You did check out the bodies before, the gnomes and the orcs.
I saw them, but I didn't actually like...
Oh, I said that you went over and you could see that their weapon wounds were from swords and smites.
Yeah, they got anything on them, though?
But,
like, yeah,
I didn't investigate to see if they had, like, a note or anything...
Any incriminating notes.
Go fuck those guys up.
You can give me an investigation check.
I want to go check out the outpost.
I will do that
I am assisting people.
Okay, cool.
Callum's just like, cool, another dice.
Ooh, yeah, I will add a second die.
Sorry, I can't take an investigation check from Callum unless you're going to reveal yourself to the man in the building. I was doing one for when you were at the bodies last night.
Oh, okay, I see.
Ashrin.
Oh, I would have investigated them. I assumed we would be going out of the church and going over.
Oh, right, okay, cool, yeah. In that case, Sid is pretty conspicuous. As soon as that happens, the man will look to Sullivan like, are they with you?
I'll just turn... Oh, Jesus.
I will walk out of the church.
Yes, they are. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm sure they're doing something productive.
Right.
What does your village plan on doing now?
Sorry, I've just realised that there is 2 sets of our party here around the...
we split up.
We're currently staying with the Furian Guard. I think, that's probably where we'll raise our children.
You'll stay at the outpost?
A couple of the elders are being escorted to Carthan. They wanted to go to the city proper.
Well, it might be safer for everyone involved to go to a nearby city.
There's no safer place than the walls of the Furian Guard outpost. Right, 300 soldiers to their command there.
Wow.
A lot of soldiers.
Myself included now. He smiles. He seems quite proud of that. I will learn how to use that sword.
And I hope you do. However, I'm not quite sure an outpost might be the safest place for your children.
You haven't seen it. It's safe as houses. It is a huge wall.
Dude joined a cult.
He does seem a little cultish. But we're gonna pick up with Ashrin and Callum. Callum, what was your investigation check?
That was a 27.
Yeah. You note that their weapons are of very poor quality. They, some of them are attacking with clubs. They seem ragged and thin, the bandits.
They don't have any, loot or anything they carried from the town. Because I can't imagine why they were attacking this place, except to be just, cause chaos and kill people, right?
Yeah, there's nothing that seems worth going for in this town.
But we do know that these races are chaotic in nature. So it could just be for the fun of killing people.
Whether you would gain us some... you may give me a survival check, Ashrin. See whether you can notice something specific.
Oh, they all have cancer, don't they?
Maybe they were just mean.
Oh, that's good. That's 22.
Yeah, you do see some blood among their weapons and on their hands and tunics that doesn't appear to be humanoid or orcish or goblinish or anything. It appears to be animal's blood.
Whoa.
In fact, you seem to be able to narrow it down to a cow. Seeing that they are very thin,
Hungry.
they raided for food, you would guess.
Whoa.
There's no
Alright.
money here. What's the other reason? They just want a hamburger.
Alright, I'll put a pin in this for now, but I'm still a little sus.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy's still trying to get Sullivan to drink the Kool-Aid.
No, I just don't think Sullivan's that suspicious out of, like... Because, like James said, like, the races are pretty chaotic, so even if there wasn't food here, they could have just raided just for the shits and giggles, just to kill people. So, like, to jump from that to, well, obviously the Fury Guard have, like, coerced this whole thing. They're puppet
To be
masters.
fair, Glacius doesn't think that. He doesn't think that, oh, the Fury Guard had all this happen so they could get people to do that. He just realizes how manipulative it is to take advantage of people right after a situation like that, after saving their lives and being like, hey, you could pay us back by, joining up with us, right? That's the thing that he's just like, that's a little bit low.
But
right?
we don't know that that's what happened.
He
We
literally
don't know
said
what
that's what happened.
we don't know what.
So he said the Furion Guard asked them to join if they were willing.
Yeah, if they
Again,
were willing.
this is after a very traumatic incident where they saved their lives, right?
Sure, but no one forced them. They could have just as easily gone, you know what, we're
Can
just
I'm just going to cut you
normal
guys here
life."
because Josh, your character is currently with the dude in his house. Glacius is in a church. Ashrin and Callum are over at the bodies. Like, I appreciate that the players are interested, but perhaps this conversation is something that should happen in character.
Fine, I will march over to the church. What was you saying?
I said he's a dirty lowlife.
The man seems to be eager to get back to the Fury God outpost and to his daughter. He sort of looks at you and I know I'm asking a lot, but it's not a long journey. I don't suppose you might. It's just you seem quite capable.
I would want to go to the outpost.
I will walk with you.
I would appreciate.
I
And
will
your
escort
friends.
you there. I'm sure once they're
We're all
finished doing
going.
whatever they currently see, I'm sure
Come
they
out
will
of the
join us.
church.
Okay. So upon hearing this, guys, we're going to go as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. As
Let's
you
regroup.
walk, he will look over to Sid. Sort of It's not natural, that is it?
No,
Yeah,
it's
Sid's the
science.
crazy one here.
Sorry, what did you say, Michaela?
He said, no, it's science.
Wow. Science is intimidating, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you.
You're a strange group, right?
Hell yeah.
You just happened
We're the
by. or-
Shadowhunters, actually.
Oh, no shadows left here, no people left here. Well,
Here.
Technically, a town is kept alive by its people, so that the fact that any of you survived means that the town still isn't completely dead yet.
yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it. I don't know if we'll ever come back, but yeah. Well, you sound like one of those, one of the orators at the Furin Guard.
I am not part of the Fury Guard.
No, but I don't mean you personally. I mean, Kaelin is often talking about, pushing back the shadows, bringing light to the world in the name of Lathander. It's sort of, sort of your shtick, isn't it? Shadow hunting.
We're just here to kill the Shadow Veil.
Maybe you'll get on well with them. I don't know. Well, amen to that, brother. Come, I'll lead you there. With that, he pats his donkey, puts the clothes on, begins to lead you in the right direction.
I like to imagine Glacius always has a cloak on, so he doesn't always look like a demon walking
No,
around.
I figured as
Well,
much.
I always imagine
Yeah,
Glacius
you look like
with his
Strider
armor
at
on.
the, before he becomes Aragorn in the corner of the inn, sort of cloak up, hood up.
Yeah.
Mysterious.
Oh, that's not how I picture it. I always think of Glacius with this armor on looking like Darth Vader, just muffled voice, deep breathing.
Choke on your aspirations, Sullivan.
Anyway, the group of you are able to follow, and you do indeed see that this building appears to be made almost entirely of one wall. It's a huge wall built up against the hill, and then a sort of roof over. And then at the sides, they've got sort of like iron bars and like a stably thing and like a little bit of wall. But the walls are nowhere near as high on the sides, but on the front, it is big. I mean, it's like 150 foot high.
Fuck.
It is huge wall.
How did we miss this?
It is embedded into the hill. It's basically like part of the hill. They built it
it's
into
like
the
a
hill.
hobbit hole.
Yeah, they've like cut away part of the hill and like built a wall against it. And you do see, standing outside, a man in gleaming white and silver armor, who raises his sword, you picked up friends, Adrian. What o' the land? And he sort of looks at you and he tries something a little more standard. And greetings. Can I help you?
Soldier? No, we were just checking on the village that was attacked from down the road.
Ah, indeed, a tragedy averted. We are grateful for the guidance of Lathander in this act.
Everything looks impressive. Does it seem like tactically sound? Or
Very.
Does it seem like it's
seems
just
like
made to look
unassailable. Would be from your tactical standpoint, it is unassailable. It is one wall against a hill. There is no high ground to be had. There are windows and like not windows, but like archery slots, if you like.
Arrow slits.
Yeah, like quite high up. They seem to have a watchtower that would afford them a vantage view around the corners of the hill. Yeah, you would assume this place is pretty much impregnable. And there is one tiny, like you'll have to duck. To get it, you'd have to, like a horse would have to lean its head down to get through entrance. That is it.
So this is siege army to break level of force.
Yeah. I mean, it's and also pointless, right? It's a hill. You'd sail and you'd achieve almost nothing.
Hill,
yeah. Anyway, this man sort of looks at you and
does
does thee wish to enter our fair fortress?
Sure.
Yes, please.
Might I be acquainted with your names before you seek to enter our
I love this guy.
He sort of hesitates for a word. And then he just repeats the word fortress.
Bastion.
No, he just repeats the word
Bastion
fortress.
Of the
He wasn't.
is light.
Yeah.
I'm Sullivan.
I'm Knight
This
Titus.
is
And he looks at the rest.
pleasure to meet you.
Tidy.
Please, the pleasure
What's
is
his
all
name?
mine.
What is his name?
Knight Titus.
Knight Titus.
Yeah. Like sort of.
Like Knight the title
Like-
and then Titus? Or
Yeah.
like
Yeah, indeed.
Like Final Fantasy.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Knight,
But with the Y.
double name, double first name.
Well, if you come in peace, you're more than welcome to pass through and enter our haven. The Lady Agatha will wish to see you.
The lady who?
Agatha.
And who? And is that your commander?
No, Sir Callahan is the.
Is she the religious leader?
She is special to us.
Mm.
Best you speak to her yourselves.
Alright, so she's the one who's making the Kool-Aid. Got it.
Yeah, this
Pretty
is starting
much.
to sound like that tree person from Fallout 3.
One at a time, single file, please. And the gate sort of gets cranked open. It's like an iron gate, and there is space for you to pass through single file. You could ride a horse in here, but as I said, it would have to duck its head, and you would have to duck right down to it.
Oh dear.
And as you enter in, you appear to be in what appears is a stone courtyard lit by braziers at all four corners.
Right?
I guess, is the
Sorry.
guy leading us?
No, he just lets the door open. Oh, you mean Adrian? No, he will sort of put his hand on your arm, Sullivan, and say, if you don't mind, I'll be getting back to Rebecca. I'm sure that the knights will guide you. Rebecca is his daughter. He probably did tell you that at some point.
I guess.
Right. Of course.
No, it's the woman he's been sleeping with.
You see a man in full armor. He's even wearing a helmet, and he's got his visor up, and he looks at you and, Sir Callahan, at your service.
Oh boy.
Might I help you?
I love this
I gotta
guy.
go see.
He has a huge greatsword on
Agatha.
his back and a large shield as well.
Oh, okay, compensating for something.
He's very
Here to
well
see
built
Agatha.
and muscular. You've come to see Our Lady, have you? Well, you'll go with an escorted guard if you don't mind.
Or we're getting sent to see her, I guess.
Ah, yes. Well, the lady would want to see you. Perhaps if you'd like to follow me, I'll lead you into the feasting hall. Perhaps there is the most comfortable place for her to meet you. And he leads you. So you're in a sort of courtyardy area, so there's no roof. But you do see that the walls inside are fairly lackluster. They're like almost a temporary thing. They're wooden built. There's sort of a brick wall here that's not quite finished. The inside of this place looks quite new. The front wall looks like it's much older.
They don't make us like check our weapons or anything, or they don't like look us over.
You are surrounded by armed soldiers. I mean, there are 250 of them packed in here. If you were to start trouble, you'd be dead in a minute. You'd all know
they're also
that.
Juiced up on on faith Kool-Aid, so they'll probably be.
Yeah. So anyway, they lead you into the feasting hall. You see long tables where the people in here, are, for the most part, appear to be peasants. There's about 20 odd of them spread around, sitting at these long tables, and up at the top is a sort of raised dais where there is a single circular table designed for 6.
The Knights of the Round Table.
And sat over to the side of that, on the dais, is a woman in a rocking chair. She looks anciently old. She does appear human.
Oh.
Wait, are we about to get, like, religion checked? Hold on. Maybe I shouldn't go.
Doesn't appear human? What does that mean?
She does appear human. She appears to be human.
Oh, okay.
Very old.
Okay,
but
got it.
Very, very old. Yeah.
Is he leading us up there, or is he expecting us to make our own way up
No,
there?
he leads you to sort of stand in front of the dais, just below her rocking chair.
Alright.
For someone religious to look down on us, wow, that's original.
I'm not kneeling.
No, nobody's expects you to kneel. And he
for
makes
once,
a bow,
okay.
and says, "Our Lady Agatha," and to her he sort of speaks quite loud, as if she's a little hard of hearing. We have visitors, and she says, and she sort of looks at him. I can see that, you blind dolt.
And I
She looks at you all and, well, come on then, come closer. Who are you?
I'm making my way up the stairs, I guess, towards the table.
She sort of looks at you and, oh, you're a handsome lad.
Thank you.
She sort of looks a little, sort of almost like her eyes are a little filmed over. So you can see she's struggling to see, and she sort of peers at you over a really crooked nose. She has a little moustache that really isn't meant to be there. Her grey hair has sort of been combed nicely, but you can tell by someone else, though. And clasped up in an ancient ivory hairpiece. And she wears a pearl necklace. And she's right huddled over, and she's peering at you.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. My name is Elliot Sullivan, and I'll gesture towards my companions.
Okay.
For
the
them to
Shadowhunters.
introduce themselves, not by title.
Shadowhunters? What's that meant to mean?
We are investigating the...
Shadowville?
Yeah.
Ah, worthy cause. Yeah. You don't walk in the light of Lathander.
No.
Oh, good. I hate those pious fools. Don't tell them, though.
It's a normal person.
Do you not believe, my lady?
You can't not believe in Lathander. He does exist. If you think otherwise,
right.
you're frankly an imbecile. But I don't worship him any more than any other god or goddess. No.
Oh,
Goodness
then
me. Got no time for that.
Forgive me for asking, but is
doing?
that not what the Fury God believe you do?
No, not at all. They make use of my visions and save people, and I suppose it's a mutually somewhat agreeable agreement. I can't say it's the most comfortable place I've ever stayed, but they rescued me, and I suppose I owe them something for that. Accidentally. Now they're under my guidance. They do at least achieve something a bit more uniformly useful.
Are your visions what helped save the village?
You need to be a bit more specific, love. There's been a few villages involved in my visions over time. Any particular one?
The one that happened a week ago?
Oh, Riverside? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the orc attack happening. I sent some men there. Well, I say sent. I tell Callahan about stuff, and he organises it all. Yeah.
It's very good of you to use your gift in this way.
Is it? Wouldn't you do the same?
Of course, but not everyone would.
Well, I used to charge a pretty penny for some visions of your future along the side, but, well, they're not all about that, They don't even have wine. She sort of lets out this awful rasping cackle.
You poor thing.
I know, suffering I am, and in my old age as well. They've got some good medicine for my knees, though. So anyway, what brings you here?
We were just checking in on the village folk of Riverside, just to make sure that they're faring okay in here.
Oh, they seem to be getting on all right.
Are you able to use your ability
No.
on specific people?
No, it's not a choice thing. The dreams come to me when they come, and they leave when they leave.
Oh, it's just because you just
All my
mentioned
life.
that you used to charge people for your visions.
Let's just say that was a little more about reading people than seeing the future.
Let's see. Well, I'm glad that you're...
You'll die young, for example, because you'll fight the worthy cause and take on a battle you can't win. That's not... You don't have to see the future to know that.
Holy shit, she's
I've been telling
right.
him that.
Well, that would be a worthy death to me.
Would it?
That's the point.
That'd be a
Sullivan.
waste.
That's
A
the
waste. That's what it'd be.
Yeah,
defending the people I love and defending the country I love.
Oh,
I
yes.
don't think that would be a waste.
Dying is such a useful use of your life, is it not?
dying so that others can live on.
Bro, I like this lady.
Yeah, you die and the useless live on. Up Sogravia will all survive.
Bro, this lady speaks the truth. I like
Thank
this
you.
lady.
I've got half a mind to get a wine bottle.
She sort of leans over to Callahan and... They're no threat!
They don't have wine.
But if you want to arrest the pretty boy, I'll keep him.
Ooh.
I don't want him, it's fine.
Gives this
Nothing, your
toothless
cotton
grin. She's got sort of one tooth just over here. So
It sounds like she chews her food with that one.
She's got
Well,
a sense of humour.
since everything's in order here,
Oh, fine and dandy.
Take our leave.
Here, come here. And she leans in as if she's going to kiss you.
Absolutely not. I'll take a few steps downwards.
And then she sort of leans out and she points down at Ashrin. And she sort of gestures towards her with this gnarled finger.
Sullivan's like, I have to protect my maidenhood.
Yeah. I do.
Very reluctantly move closer.
And she gestures even further as to whisper something in your ear.
Rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
Do you lean in close enough for her to whisper into it?
Yeah.
She sort of... If you want to rescue me and take me to a nicer city, I wouldn't complain. They think I'm holy.
Oh dear.
And then she sort of... Ah! You're a beautiful woman. And she sort of gives you a sort of clawing, like, on your shoulder, a sort of weirdly provocative stroke.
Alright, can we kill this lady?
No, she's cool.
She is.
Is she holy though? Is like visions of the future something that just happens to people?
Give me a religion or arcana check, your choice.
Probably
You'll get
like
two
a
very
divination.
different results.
You know it's gonna be arcana. Yikes. Bad roll.
Yikey,
13.
Yeah, so you know of people who can intentionally garner ideas of the future through divination magic, but it doesn't normally happen to them. There are rumors of seers. They're usually frauds and charlatans. But you would know in your history that there is some grain of truth to the rumor. There are people who have visions of the future. They're just very few and far between. It's not a magic or a religion thing. It's a them thing, if that makes sense.
They were just born with it.
Yeah.
I feel like the Fearing Guard would be super mad if we stole their seer though.
Yeah, you would assume that much, yes. But they do seem to believe that she's been, like, Lathander blessed.
But here, what if we steal her and then give her back?
How does that work?
I don't know.
We are not.
I don't know,
we
but you can
can't-
debate that over the break, because we'll take a short break. And welcome back to the second half of episode 18 of Sogravia, the Last Bastion. I call the title Target Acquired today, but apparently our target is a poor old woman with great visions. And she lies at rest in the Furian Guard stronghold just northeast
She
of
died?
the riverside. No, she's chilling in her rocking chair. Backwards and forwards she goes. Not much point in rescuing her. She's going to die in a few years anyway, by the looks of her. Yeah, you're all sort of standing at the base of the stairs. Ashrin has been asked to rescue her. None of the rest of you know that.
Yeah, I
That's
will
true.
just back my way down to the rest of the people. Are there other Furian Guard members?
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
room?
There's plenty of people around, including Sir Callahan, who sort of looks at you all and... Well, if the Lady Agatha says you're safe, then perhaps I could offer you rooms or accommodation. Are you staying for a while? Are you seeking to join the Furian Guard, perhaps? A worthy cause, no?
No.
Well, maybe.
Yeah. We'd welcome one as mighty as you into our ranks. And that is to Callum, not to Sid.
Finally, some recognition.
Shit,
Step
one of us
aside,
does have-
Sid.
It was actually to Nye.
I'm sorry, but whoever made this
Yeah.
straw for this Capri Sun is the world's shittest architect.
You're right. They usually are.
Is it?
It's
is
so
it possi-
flimsy, it doesn't even go in. Sorry, Josh, go on.
Tragic.
Is it possible to be members of multiple factions?
I don't see why not.
Because obviously Callum's a member of the.
They don't need to
Mage
know about
spell.
that. I'm
Yeah,
not wearing
we
my
have
mage.
we have a lot of people in the Magus Arcane as well.
I'm not wearing
No.
my mage badge.
So, just a reminder that, like, being part of the Artificers Guild, yeah, you're attached to the Magus Arcane, but you're not, like, one of their official clergy, so to speak.
You're not
Zavril would have a hard time joining the Furian Guard, mostly because they just distrust weird magic spellcaster peeps.
they don't like
What
blue
about
people.
Sullivan?
They take Sullivan in a heartbeat.
Well,
That's exactly
Sullivan,
what they'd... Well, Sullivan's exactly what they'd expect, you know. Sort of do the right thing dudes, paladins, worthy, brave beyond measure, ever so slightly reckless, not always the brightest. You know, that's what they're looking for.
I take
Very
issues with the
manipulative.
last two things.
What's your intelligence?
I am a wise person.
I didn't ask about your
don't-
wisdom, I asked about your intelligence.
I'd
Yeah,
like
and
to
the answer
leave.
was, I think that's enough.
I'd
Let's
like
not
to
worry
leave.
about that.
They're the
I'd like to
average.
leave
We'll
now.
go with.
I'd like to leave.
Can't
Um,
remember.
It's an 8.
Oh,
In
no,
all
you're
seriousness, they would accept most of you. They'd be a little wary about accepting Obi unless Obi could prove themselves useful.
Useful.
Well, yes, but are you useful without magic? Because they're quite distrusting of the magic-y stuff.
Well, let's have a conversation and find out.
Yeah, so Obi and Zavril, they might be a little more hesitant about, but in general,
Would,
yeah.
would I have to take off my cloak to join them?
Do you think they like demon armor?
Yeah, that's my point.
Probably not. They're pretty religious.
Yeah, we did say that. We did
That
say
room
one of us
sounds
would
great.
I'll get that organised for you. If you'd like to come with me.
I was thinking we'd just leave, but okay.
Yeah, don't we have disappearing?
I mean, I guess we can stay.
We don't have to
yeah.
stay in the room longer than a few minutes to have a conversation. But we can get a room.
That's true.
That's true.
Are you just seeking to refresh yourselves, or do you need a bed for the night?
Refresh.
We have some washrooms down here. And he leads you along sort of what is basically like a glorified set of stables. And each sort of stable entrance is a separate room for people. There are these sort of like wooden frames, I guess. They're like a rail with 2 bars with curtains pulled across that divide the rooms. But that's it.
We've been baby Jesuses.
Sure. Yeah, basically, you can tell that it's very temporary structures within this permanent structure. But he finds your room with a basin of fresh water.
Lovely.
A very small hand mirror that he sort of roots out and gives you. And there's some hay on the ground and some linen
Hay is for
blankets.
horses.
No, well, in this day and age, right, obviously you've all come in your dirty boots. Nobody takes their shoes outside. So having, like, straw or hay, like, spread across the ground is a good way of keeping it from looking too shit.
Sure.
Do you know what? Do you know what gay horses eat?
Hey.
Of course you know that.
I'm assuming you didn't say that to Sir Callahan. Anyway, he gestures for you to make yourselves at home, and are you okay to find your way back when you're refreshed?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
We got it.
No problem.
Very accommodating.
Thought that guy would never leave.
Is
Now that he's gone,
is
let's
he,
talk shit.
is he sucking on a Caprice on like a 5-year-old like you are?
No,
He
I don't
was.
think so.
Through his armor, through his helmet, he's got his little straw.
Fine! I'll get my proper tank
Thank you.
I'll hide my Capri Sun in it.
All right, Ashton, what did you want to talk about?
So, we're either here to dispel the rumors or prove the rumors. We have nothing to do either with.
Huh?
I mean, it doesn't look like anyone was forced to join.
It
Not
doesn't.
in
I mean,
the-
how are we supposed to prove that?
Well,
Other
we have
than
the
just say, "Hey, I don't think that's happening."
No,
a
we-
first-hand
Yeah.
experience of
We can basically just,
insert man's name here.
Adrian.
Adrian. Yeah.
Just a reminder, you were also told that 2 of the elders are to be escorted to Justern from the town,
Ooh,
the
said
village. That
Yeah.
could potentially be some proof.
Oh,
Adrian
right.
told you.
Yeah.
They're going here.
I think that's plenty of evidence. And I mean, when you think about it, like most of the side or the quests that we've done have just been us saying, "Yeah, we handled it," or us saying, "Hey, they're here."
Yeah, that's one. Well, that's quite easy to disprove. When you say, "Hey, they're here," if the group turn up and they're not there, then you lied. You brought you had to wait till the live versions of the people you rescued from the sewers that weren't in the sewers turned up.
That's true.
That's
yeah.
If we want to be
brought
more
giant's ears.
thorough, we could talk to some of the other recruits and see if they are all as devoted as Adrian.
Yeah, but how are we gonna do that inconspicuously?
You've been given
They
free
seem happy
rein.
to.
You wander about.
I should
could
all
just-
mention, the old lady doesn't want to be here.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't either.
Me and you too, sister.
could just have a talk to
Hey,
some of the
come
other
on.
villagers who were rescued from the town.
Yeah.
See what they have to
Yeah,
say
let's
about
get another perspective.
Ashrin, did you want to steal away with the old woman?
You want to
Yeah,
run away with her?
I don't really care one way or the other, and no.
I don't care one way or the other. No.
She is doing
No, I don't
something
run away with
good
her.
here.
Yeah, I didn't quite like the way she grabbed you back there. It made me feel very uncomfortable.
I mean, if I was being worshipped by people and they wouldn't let me leave, I'd see how that would be a little uncomfortable.
Do we know that? For sure that they won't let her leave? Damn.
She seemed to indicate that. Pretty sure she said they won't let me leave.
Well,
She didn't
maybe
say
we
in as
should-
many words, but she did ask you to rescue her, which implies that she can't get out.
Well, maybe then we should look into that. At least she should at least be able to move freely.
All right.
Or not, you
Sure.
know.
Sullivan, how do you suppose we go about doing that? I
I-
mean, we kind of
well-
are surrounded by, what, 300 soldiers? We just tell them, hey, stop it.
No, we speak to her again. We speak to the Knight Commander and see what exactly is going on. If they're forcing her to stay here, then we can at least discuss that with them. But if they're not, and she just feels like a prisoner, but in reality she can leave, then she should be able to.
But why do they have any reason to tell us the truth? They don't know us.
Because regardless of their
Like, if we really
regardless of their reckless methods, they do seem somewhat noble.
Well, my point is that if we really believe that these people are kidnapping and forcing people. We're not kidnapping, but like forcing people to join the Furian Guard against their will when they don't want to. And it hasn't been officially proven yet. Why? What stops them from then holding this religious figure that they see?
Well, wouldn't that be sufficient proof that they're willing to stoop to those levels?
It's a little bit different because, you know, it's a difference between peasants and having able bodies and having like what they see as a religious power, right? Like,
but I mean, first of all, not every peasant can just pick up a sword and suddenly be.
You're right, but that's the people who are being conscripted, or that's at least what the rumors say.
Right, by a faction who doesn't like the Furian Guard.
Again, I'm saying if we believe the rumors to be true.
Also, to go to your second point about having a holy symbol, if that was true, why would they keep her tucked away into a hill? If they viewed her as such a religious figure and a religious power, why wouldn't they take her to a more appropriate place to have such a person?
Like a bigger guard? Bigger Furian Guard base?
Because she's also been telling them about villages that have been attacked that they then can go out and save.
Just to give you some information that you might be missing here. You don't know of any Furian Guard outposts with the potential exception of the temple on the mountains that are larger than this. Whilst they do have... There's 300 people here. Whilst they do have like outposts in the main cities, obviously they come under a lot more scrutiny, right? And if she wanted to wander off in a main city, it would be very easy for her. Whereas in a place like this, it wouldn't.
I wasn't suggesting that she should be moved to another outpost.
No, but you said, why haven't they moved her somewhere larger? And I'm saying there may not be somewhere larger apart from in a big city.
No, sorry, maybe I misspoke. I didn't mean larger, if that's what I said. I meant like, you know, why wouldn't she be in like a church, you know, or a cathedral or something like that?
I mean, to the Furian Guard, maybe this is a church. You can make anything a church.
Yeah. As long as people are believing stuff, that's a church.
That's a church for me.
Also, you would know that even in the main Furian Guard outposts, they don't necessarily... They have an altar to Lathander, but they don't, like, go to the Lathander church. Their way of worshipping Lathander is the deeds that they do.
And their big Lathander temple is taken over by giants right now.
Yes. Fighting off giants, actually. Trying to.
So it sounds like we need to just... If we want to be sure about the conscription thing, talk to more people and talk to Agatha again if we care to investigate her thing.
I mean, if we really want to see how they act and how they are, the easiest way is just that one of us joins them. Right?
Oh, well, feel free.
Come on, Sullivan. We both know that is not going to go over well.
Why? If it's true what you're saying, they'll go to any lengths for their cause. You'd fit right in.
Yeah, Glacius, why don't you join up?
And that's not me making a side remark. That's just an observation.
He knows. The more thing that Glacius is talking about is because he has the +1 demon armor that he doesn't want to take off. That he has a very strong suspicion he'd be forced to take off.
You say that, but they didn't say anything when you entered.
Yeah, indeed. They will have seen your armor. You can't consider it completely.
So surely, if they thought it was that big of a problem, there would have been.
No, I'm not being funny, but demon armor is a tool. Sid is probably just as sacrilegious.
And he does horns.
They would probably be far more worried about a kobold sorcerer than they would about a dude wearing demon armor.
All right. Yeah. If that's the case, that was. I'm gonna be honest. That was the only thing stopping me from being like, sure, I'll.
You'd fit right in with the Furian Guard.
Okay.
I'll go with you, Glacius.
Oh, you're gonna join up with me? Let's go, Callum. Best buds.
God, have mercy.
10 seasons in a movie.
Not 2 of years.
I kind of, you know, I'm a little sus of them, but I want to see. I mean, I like their idea of getting things done at all costs.
So
This should be interesting.
All right, so we want to talk to, what was that guy's name, Callahan, about maybe joining.
Gallahan.
Talk to some of the recruits.
With a C. What's his name?
Yep. Talk to the recruits if any of them were conscripted forcefully. And yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's see how forceful they get.
We should also talk
These
to
rumors. Sorry.
Yeah.
The rumors that happened with the conscripting, that would have happened probably before the attack, right? The rumors
No,
existed
you
already?
would assume that the rumor comes from exactly the time of the attack.
Okay, so there's no
But,
previous incident.
We've also heard.
Yeah,
about
I do
other
realize that I
places.
said a week ago, but it was a week ago when you got the quest, so technically right now it's 11 days ago. That's just my mistake. Forgetting that time had passed.
The potion seller said that those rumors have been around. You know, there've always been those rumors that they're doing this, they're doing that. So
But
even
that's
though
about
we
every
heard
group
this,
too, so.
Yep.
sure. But I'm just saying, even though this rumor is about this specific place, that's not necessarily the only time this rumor's happened before.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Because didn't we also investigate like another rumor of this exact thing when we were up at, where was it? Not Thraxton.
In Farron, you
Fair.
investigated a different sort of rumor, but yeah, you investigated a rumor that turned out not to be true.
Also, we should probably keep in mind that this branch of the Fury Guard, even if they don't possibly conscript, that doesn't mean that another branch doesn't do it. So
yeah. All right.
So what's the plan?
Going to Sir Callahan.
Yeah, Sid and Glacius are going to talk to the Sir I keep wanting to say Gallahan, but it's Callahan.
And we should also have a chat with some of the villagers as well and see their accounts of what happened.
Cast a couple dispel magics on them. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, cool.
Savril gets immediately killed.
You're headed back to the feast hall, yeah?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That's where they're
You
at.
head back to the feast hall. You see various peasants sat at the benches eating and drinking, some of whom do appear to be Furian Guard members that are currently unarmored, but they are all in peasant rags. There is nobody sort of wearing anything expensive or anything at all. Even when you look over to, like, for example, like Sir Callahan has bright, shining, burnished armor, but he doesn't have any, like, fancy clothing or jewelry on. Sir Callahan is there, and he appears to be speaking to the Lady Agatha at the top of the dais. You can mingle and chat, or you can go straight to him. It's up to you.
I think Sid and Glacius are going to go to him and talk.
Okay. Sid?
Yeah, well, Callum and him.
Callum, yeah. Sid cannot give an oath.
No.
11011.
Okay, so Sir Callahan looks at you and, well, I see you've refreshed yourselves well. Please feel welcome if you're hungry. The ladies will feed you, and he gestures towards one of the tables where there's women with these huge cauldrons sort of doling out bowls of stew.
Aww.
You mentioned requesting to join.
Yes. I am able to perform the rites, should you wish to be a member of the Furin Guard proper. It is an oath that goes two ways. We promise to protect you in as much as you promise to follow our ways.
No?
Is there like a rule book I have to read over? Or...
Yeah, just like a list of guidelines.
There is only one guideline in the Furin Guard, and that's to walk in the light, to do what's right.
Okay.
Your interpretation of that is up to you. It would be remiss of me not to say that some of those in the Furin Guard take it to extremes and believe to push their beliefs on others. We who are out in the wild, so to speak, or those of us who are fought at the front guard, perhaps take a little more practical a stance on it. You do what's right, but, you also have to be pragmatic and live a life, and,
Exactly.
I think I'll fit in great here then. Right.
If you do wish to take the oath, though, we do have to take it before the altar of Lathander.
Oh, God. The altar, not at the temple.
I understand that you may not be a follower of Lathander. Please, it is not necessarily to say that you will worship Lathander, but more that you will listen to the guidance in his teachings and do what he says is the right thing to do. Simple things, things that I think the general man would believe in: defending the innocent, defending those who cannot defend themselves. Those sorts of rights. Nothing major.
Whatever the cost. Yeah. Right.
And he sort of turns around, and then without any warning, like the loudest voice possible, right in your ear, he's like, "Brothers all!" And you're just like, "Whoa!" And he's like, "We have those who wish to join in our ranks. If you would like to witness the rites of Lathander as we welcome those into our fold, please join us at the altar of Lathander outside, where two will speak the sacred words."
Bibbidi bobbidi.
Yeah, and you notice like various soldiers who are wearing armor, some who are not, a few other peasants sort of begin to get up, and like they're bringing their bowls and their ales. It's like it's obviously something to celebrate. And
can we get like a vibe check of the newest recruits? I guess like
vibe check.
Like I'm saying, like how did they feel about this whole ritual?
Most of the peasantry people seem quite excited.
Okay, they like it.
Right,
yeah,
right, cool.
It seems that
James.
Yeah.
Sorry, just really quickly. Whilst everyone's going outside for this, that's when I want to speak to Agatha, but I don't need to do that now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But what we'll do is we'll follow Sir Callahan with Glacius and Callum.
What's his name?
And some of the others. There are 3 men on each side of Sir Callahan who come and join him, all wearing the same armour. 3 on one side, 2 on the other. You would assume these to be the 6 men that sit around that table?
The Knights of the Round Table.
Kind of, yeah. There are roots of these. Yeah, I mean, it's just a dice. It's a council, basically. He'll tell you. These are his brothers in arms, basically.
The higher ups, yeah.
And he welcomes. They walk into line with him, and he welcomes you in, and he leads you out to what is effectively it's an outdoor area, and there is a singular silver burning brazier. As you look at it, it appears to have no source of fuel. It burns on its own.
Religion, got it.
Yeah, it burns on the faith of man, or something. But it's a bright silver brazier, and he turns to you all and he says, "Perhaps you will go first," and gestures towards Callum.
Hey.
I understand you may have religious beliefs of your own. You may have attachments of your own, but we ask only the simple following: if you would, do you? And he sort of looks to you to speak your name. Callum.
Last name, I forgot.
Undefined.
Last name pending.
Do you, Callum, swear to walk in the light wherever you may go?
Yes.
Do you promise to defend the innocent and those who cannot defend themselves?
Yes.
Will you bring light to the darkness and banish back the shadows that attempt to encroach upon our lands?
Hell yes.
Then you, Callum, waver not in your path to righteousness. Stand tall, a man amongst men. That's kind of harsh, isn't it? Asking you to stand tall. But fuck it, I didn't write this with you in mind. Stand tall as a man amongst men. Bring the word and the rights of those that do the things that should be done, without wavering to those that they meet. Bring the light to those who cannot find the light for themselves, and help those seek it who have lived only in darkness.
Hip hip hooray.
Welcome in to the Brotherhood of the Fearing God.
Thank you. I raise my little sword.
In response, we promise to protect you if you are ever in need, to shelter you and those that you love at any time that you might need it, to provide you with food and shelter if you are ever in need, and the weapons to fight the fight that you choose, should you ever need them. Walk in the light, Callum. We could repeat it. Do you want to repeat it? Why not? Let's go with it. Okay. He looks at you and gestures for you to come forward. All you do is stand before the torchlight. And there's I should mention that when Callum sort of finishes, there's this big cheer from the rabble, and people are sort of raising their glasses. And well, they don't really have glasses; they have tankards. They're raising their tankards and saying, "Ooh, oi!" and stuff like that. Anyway, Glacier says you come forward. Sort of looks to you and to you, and then he looks to you for you to fill in your name.
Glacier.
And do you swear to walk in the light?
Yeah.
Will you defend the innocent and those who cannot defend themselves?
Of course.
Will you bring light to the darkness and push back and banish those who attempt to encroach upon our lands in shadow?
Yeah.
And then waver not in your path to righteousness. Defend those who cannot defend themselves and bring light to those who live in darkness. And so on and so forth. And then at the end he sort of pronounces you, welcome into the light. Welcome to the Brotherhood of the Furian Guard. Glacius Strasbourg. Sort of all these people raise their tankards. And he notes that you both have weapons. And he looks to you and he gestures out your weapons, if you please.
All right.
Okay.
And he takes your... First of all, which weapon do you hand him? Glacius, your primary weapon, your dragon's halberd, is that correct?
Yeah.
He takes it and he reaches it up and he puts it in the fire of the torch. And he turns around and says, Lathander, Lord of Light, help us in aiding this fine warrior in defending the land from shadow and darkness. And with that, he hands you your weapon back. And he will gesture again to Callum, who is going to hand him Sid's massive great axe. Is that right?
No, I'm going to just hand him my my flail, my Spellforge flail.
Okay. Yeah, so he takes the flail and sort of douses it in the fire. And Lathander, Lord of Light, bless this weapon from this mighty warrior to defend the world against shadow and darkness. And hands it back to you. I will tell you that your weapon now, upon the use of a command... Who did we lose? Oh, I'll wait for Darth. Probably relevant.
Yeah, sorry. Wi-Fi's going down in my house.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Josh, can you just share a screen of something, like a picture or something, until Darth is back with us? Otherwise I have to do everything like this, and it's really awkward. Hello! Is this not working? We need to do this and that. Okay, fantastic. Yeah. Great. Is that working? Yeah, why not? Okay. And with this, he hands you back your weapons. Now, if you speak a command word, it will bring a bright light. That brings bright light for up to 60 feet radius.
Nice.
On command, and will extinguish itself.
Sick.
Your weapon will also do an extra d8 of radiant damage to fiends.
Ooh.
Only to fiends.
Ooh.
It should be worth mentioning the Shadow Veil are not fiends. Just letting you know.
Poopy.
With that, he said, well, brothers all, I believe this is chance for us to celebrate. Come. We'll reel out some of the ale. And tonight we celebrate. But forget not our mission tomorrow. He hasn't told you anything about your mission, the mission tomorrow. But...
real quick, what was that? What's that mission?
The Lady Agatha has had visions of a troubled village over the River Dervin. We hoped to go and help.
Oh.
Ah.
All right.
We set out in the morning, dawn. You may join us if you wish. But obviously you'll have your own missions as well. There is some paperwork of sorts. It's kind of... if I might just ask you to follow me, and he'll lead you down to sort of like... It's the nicest room that you've seen. And there's this long sort of white scroll with gold ends that he sort of reels down, and he asks you to write your names on the scroll. You can see that at one point this scroll's had well over 3,000 names on it.
Wow, cool.
Wow, a lot of people died.
Thus you are inducted into the Brotherhood of the Furian Guard. I as well will take your names and give you this. And he hands you this sort of small, like miniature version of the torch. that does indeed seem to glow of its own light. And it's a pin that you can hold together a cloak with, for example.
Ooh, that's cute.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's basically the mark of the Furion Guard. He pays no mind to the fact that yourself, Glacius, and specifically Sullivan have emblemage, that is not the right word, but I'm going to use it, of the Dawn Guard. He doesn't seem bothered, right? As far as he's concerned, you can support the Furion Guard and do other shit. He doesn't really care.
Yay!
As long as you don't do magic.
Well, no, they can, in general, they can be suspicious of magic, but he seems to be welcoming of anyone and everyone. He just wants people to fight for the right things.
I love that. I love that. I got a pin.
Yeah, and we will move over to Ashrin, Obi, Zavril, Fox, and Sullivan.
Everyone gathering around this old lady.
Well, if you want to be gathering around the old lady, you may. But also, if you're going to speak to peasants or whatever, or if you just wanted to witness the thing. I just know that Sullivan, you wanted to go and speak to Agatha. Is that correct?
Yeah, ideally whilst everyone was outside.
Yeah. So you wander up to the dais. There are 2 guards at either end of the dais that stay there and watch, and they have their lances and their swords, but they don't seem bothered. She seemed to like you the last time she spoke to you. And as she sees you, she says, "Oh, it's the handsome one. Come back again."
If Sullivan's okay with it, Obi would follow him.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, and the friend you've brought.
Yeah, this is my dear friend Obi.
Is he tame?
He is perfectly fine, thank you. He's not an animal.
Oh.
He's a person.
Oh, sorry. My eyes are filmed. Come closer, little one. As you come closer, she sort of peers at you and... Oh, it's kind of cute. Huh.
Yeah, that's the general consensus.
Well enough. What can I do for you?
Forgive me for intruding on you again, my lady.
Oh, you're quite forgiven. You are balm to this one's old eyes.
And I'll lower my voice slightly. I've been told that you are being held prisoner here.
That's an extreme phrasing of it. Yeah.
My party's into extremes recently.
It's more a case of they think I'm their holy woman. It makes it very difficult to... Who have I lost now?
Oh,
People
no.
are dropping like flies.
The shared screen.
Oh, it was my share screen. Sorry, I don't know why.
You closed it?
No, I didn't. Oh, it's because the pig... No, the picture's right here. Why did it close? No idea.
Can you fix it?
I will just share a picture of my settings.
It doesn't really matter what you share. It's not coming up on screen.
I've shared it.
I know. It takes me ages to find it because it takes a while to upload and then to say that it's happening and then... Yeah, cool. Okay. Back to the point. As we were.
Oh, sorry. Is that not true? Then you can leave.
They think I'm their holy woman of sorts. It makes it very awkward. If ever I express any discomfort or wish or desire to go elsewhere, they sort of, they offer more, or they say they'll, make me more comfortable or whatever, or they'll do this or they'll do that, or there just doesn't seem to be an option to just leave.
Why don't you just be honest with them?
Well, I said I wanted to leave, and they asked why, and then, I said because I wanted a glass of wine and to get out a bit, and they sort of told me that it was Lathander's purpose that I bring justice to the world and defend those that can't defend themselves and some other crap.
Well, why don't you tell them that you don't believe, and that you don't feel you are destined for that?
They didn't take that too well the first time.
Oh, no.
Why? What happened the first time?
They thought I was gone a bit cuckoo.
Okay, and
they were telling me that they knew what was best for me, and such.
Okay.
Get me out of here.
I want to look around for Sir Titus. Knight Titus, since he seems to be the
Knight Titus
leader?
is the door. No. Knight Titus is the guy who was guarding the front door. You can go out to the whole building to talk to Knight Titus if you want.
No, yeah, I remember like the Knight Commander or something.
The guy who's doing the rites. Yeah, okay. You have to wait till they come back.
Okay, yeah, fine.
Okay, cool. Were you adding anything to that?
Nope.
Cool. Ashrin, Fox, and Zavril. Are you watching the ceremony as Glacius and Winona... Sorry. Glacius and Callum are initiated.
Get out of here.
It's not my fault you keep playing midgets.
They're so cute.
Two gnomes. As Glacius and Callum are initiated, or are you wandering around talking to the peasants, or what are you up to? You don't have to be together.
Ceremony.
You watch the ceremony, Zavril?
Yeah, sure. I'll watch the ceremony as
Fox?
well. We'll do some stuff.
I'm gonna wander around.
Anything
Just to
particular
wander
you want to do,
around.
or just to wander around? Okay, cool.
More like I guess inspecting the place.
Yeah. You'll note that beyond the feasting halls there are some training grounds. There are some of those weird rooms that are separated only by curtains. This music is very excited for the end of the ceremony. Let's calm that down. You'll notice that there are plenty of animals being kept here. Most of them seem to be for the purpose of creating food as opposed to being food. So, for example, sorry, I can't do two things at once, apparently. I thought I could, but this is... it's because it's not fucking here. There we go. I was trying to play the sound while I talk. You notice that there are plenty of animals being kept here, but mostly for the purpose of producing food, such as crickets? Such as sheep and goats and cows. Sheep, goats, and cows are the primary ones. They don't have much pasturage, but they're producing milk, they're producing cheese, they're producing butter, they're producing wool, that sort of stuff. Plenty of chickens and such. There's a couple of little courtyards. It's not comfortable here for anyone, but it's not uncomfortable. You do also come across a room that appears to be a schoolroom of some sort. You see like a big board where people have been practicing their lettering and stuff. It does seem like they're educating the children that are here. That's the sort of thing you find out. There's a blacksmith's shop. It doesn't have any blacksmith in it right now, but appears to be set up. But yeah, as you sort of wander about, this is really not the music I was looking for. You all come together after the ceremony and are all sort of back in the main feasting hall where everybody seems to be partying a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, these people. This is a nice place.
What's the thinking? What's the doing? Is anybody doing anything specific?
I'm keeping a lookout for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm assuming, what's his name?
Sir Callahan has led you back in, yes.
Yeah, on the way back, I'd probably ask him about the mission that they're going on tomorrow.
Yeah, so Sir Callahan tells you that there is a small town across the River Dervin, a day and night's ride away. They're taking 40 men. They understand that she's had visions of it being burnt down during the night. They don't know if the burning is natural or unnatural. They just know that it goes down in flames in the night.
Oh, so this
they expect to be there. So, no, they expect to be there the evening before it occurs.
Oh, interesting.
He says, I don't know if it's a tavern fire out of control or if it's, evil bandits or the breath of a great dragon. And he sort of laughs because dragons don't exist, obviously.
Wink.
Oh, yeah. That totally don't exist.
No, they really don't. No, there's been no dragons over Sogravia for over 150 years.
Did it? No. I'm thinking.
Except for the one we keep seeing in the sky.
That you don't know if it's a dragon or not. You don't think it's a dragon, but you're not sure.
I actually do know what it is, but I'll keep it to myself.
That's interesting.
It's Ho-Oh.
Oh my.
I mean,
is a good guy.
It's still an AC 130, so. But
So yeah, he tells you about the mission. Are you thinking of joining us?
Considering it, I'd want to, of course, talk to my fellow party members about it, discuss and get their point of view on it, of course.
You're a mixed group, aren't you? I couldn't help but notice the emblem of the Dawn Guard and at least one mage.
Yeah, we have a couple of those guys.
If only the entire country could unite in cause as easily as you have.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do here. We have a common enemy. I'm sick of the squabbling.
That we do.
By any chance, is this village over here?
No.
Okay.
I can put it. Nope. I can put a pin in it. Just let me find the pins.
I got 40 men. Do they need us?
No.
Well, it's more of a case. The reason Glacius wants to go is to see what they do afterwards.
Oh. Okay, Glacius. I see. You're a little clever. You're a little sneaky boy.
Well, that's where it is. A day and a night's ride, they say.
But, we have to talk to the rest of the party.
Really weird. Sorry, I followed my cursor all the way back up. I put it down, and as I moved my mouse away, it just came with it. So, alright, fair enough. Yeah. As you guys sort of enter in, there's a sort of "Way!" round of applause, and they strike up some celebratory tunes. A couple of bards in the corner start doing their thing. Is anybody else doing anything specific? Talking to anyone particular? Anything like that? Or should we jump to Josh and Sir Callahan?
Yeah, let's see what Josh is up to.
Okay, Sullivan.
Elliot.
As you see, Sir Callahan and his brotherhood, the other 5 men, enter in their burnished armor, sort of, and announces to everybody that 2 more have been welcomed into the fold. Are you just sort of making a beeline for him? Or are you going to let him sit down and relax and that sort of thing?
Beeline.
Okay.
I just, march on up. Knight, can I speak to you about Lady Agatha?
Well, of course. She is most special to us.
Yes. However, it seems that she doesn't wish to stay here.
I understand that in her older age, her mind wanders a little bit, but she expressed great desire to do the right thing and to, that just popped in a little louder than I was expecting it to, do the right thing and to aid us in our mission against, trouble and strife, and she saves so many lives with her visions. I will grant you that perhaps she would be more at home in a place of sin in Just Turn, but the amount of lives she saves is incomparable to a little discomfort in the last couple of years of her life, is it?
Would you mind having this conversation with her?
I've tried a few times, but she can be a little direct. She doesn't take well to counsel.
Well, why don't we see? Look, let's go.
As she sees you approaching with him, she sort of rubs her hands together as if to say, well, this'll be good.
She starts stroking a white cat.
She sits up a little bit in her rocking chair and looks over. Yes. And she looks at you expectantly.
Oh my goodness, that look. Lady Agatha, the knight was telling me that you agreed to be here because you wanted...
Well, originally...
And now you said that you no longer wish to be here.
I mean, would you want to die here? It's not exactly paradise, young man.
Okay. I'll turn to the knight. She wants to leave.
I told you that.
What?
He said he knows that she would be happier in a place of sin like a bar, but is her discomfort really that much in comparison? He said that to you.
Yeah, but is he going to say that in front of her?
No. He sort of looks at you and he just says, I told you that she wanted to leave.
The knight seems to think, Agatha, that your last years maybe should be uncomfortable due to the good that you could do.
Pious sod.
Yes.
He sort of, Lady Agatha, if there's anything we can do to make you more comfortable, to make it more pleasant for you to be here, we're more than willing to.
Sir, I don't think it's about you. I don't think it's something you can fix.
He shakes his head and looks at you and says, "It was never about me."
Oh, sorry, about your cause. I don't think it's something you can fix. And I understand there is a lot of good that could be done with her visions.
Do you know how many lives this woman has saved?
I can imagine. I can give you a rough guess. I know the good that she could do, but that doesn't mean that you can strip away all her rights just to fit your goal.
Does she look like she is kept badly? We do everything we can to make her comfortable, but if we let her return to some dark inn in Justern and sell her petty visions as a charlatan and die a year later of alcohol besotted in wine, is that doing any good for anyone? Sometimes people must be encouraged to the light of Lathander.
It's doing good for her.
What did you say?
Doing good for her.
Well, perhaps, but some people don't know what's good for them.
And you should be the person to choose for them.
No, I shouldn't. The lives, the people.
I understand. But there are other ways of helping people and saving people. Saving one person doesn't mean you can imprison another.
Give me a persuasion.
And you were doing... Come on, dice. Ooh, 29.
Oh, that's a big number.
Oh.
He sort of hesitates for a moment, and maybe an agreement. He sort of looks to her more than to you, and
of course.
If you were seen to a city, could you maybe visit the Furion Guard a couple of times a week and tell us of any visions you've had? She sort of... It's better than dying here. Yeah, why not?
Good.
He sort of hesitates, and the Burning Village, we'll be going there in the morning. He looks to Sullivan, and maybe she'll need taking somewhere.
Of course. Me and my party, we can escort her to the nearest city, to Carthan maybe, and help her get set up.
Your party will be furious if you go backwards to Carthan.
Let them be. Let them be.
Pick any other city that is in the direction you're actually going.
Or go to... Well, whatever...
Take her home. Take her to your house.
Yeah, sure. We'll take her towards...
Van Hania, yeah.
Van Hania, and we'll help her get set up there.
He looks devastated. And he sort of nods, and they won't be happy, you know.
Well, that's how life is.
The Furion Guard have gained a lot of the men we have saved. They join. It has swelled our ranks to no end. And it's not that we won't continue to do the good work, but there is a certain advantage to knowing what you're doing before you do it.
Of course. Perhaps this is a good test to see how well you can do without this aid.
About as well as we were doing before it, which is to say, mediocre at best.
Well, then maybe it's time to look at different methods. Perhaps one of your new recruits could have a different way of seeing things, a different perspective.
Oh, it's mostly just finding trouble, you know. I mean, yes, we could go and fight to the front lines in Van Hania, but the border seems to manage without us. I'd rather save the citizens in the city.
If you're not finding trouble, you're not looking very hard. Can't swing a cat round here without finding trouble.
Why would you swing a cat? That's awful.
It's a figure of speech, forgive me.
Oh. Dear me.
I agree. The only cats I swing without tabaxis.
Met one of those once. Awful strange fellow. Yeah.
They're good with their claws.
Are they? Oh.
Yeah.
I was like to climb the
Take
wall.
it from someone who knows.
Anyway, well, be at rest, and perhaps we'll take her in the morning, or we'll. Yeah.
Of course. Yes. One more night.
Yes.
Thank you for allowing this.
He looks very pissed off, but lets you go.
That's fine. Let him be.
Okay, are we going to spend the entire afternoon and evening partying with the Furin God?
I hope not.
No.
Yeah, I mean, how long do we think it would take to go down to where we're meant to look in the forest?
Yeah.
It's an 80-mile round trip,
Oh.
so not a day.
A couple of days at least.
She can survive a couple more days, surely.
I'm assuming, Sullivan, you come back to the group, you tell them what's happened. Yeah, go from there.
Yes. Also,
You
by
agreed
the
to
way,
do what?
yes, I agreed to save a woman from.
Sullivan. Oh boy.
Sullivan, do you know where we're going? Like, we're not going anywhere near a city anytime soon.
Darth, you sound like you've got a cup and string to your microphone.
I know, it's bad.
He's coming in on the telegram.
I suppose I should have just.
I mean, technically, you are going directly to a city. You're just going to Thraxton, city of dwarves, right? Or were you
Where
not?
does she
No,
wanna
maybe
go?
not. Somewhere that has wine.
Oh, okay, that's easy.
There's a tavern in
I can
Thraxton
drop
where
her
she'll be very happy.
Can't we just drop her off? At
She
Cedar
would
Point?
be happy there.
Sorry, Darth. Come in. What was that?
Can we just drop her off at Cedar Point?
Drop her off at Center
is
Point.
actually
Yeah,
a
that's a good
thought
place
that I
to have.
had as well.
The Furin Guard do have an outpost there, so she would be able to give her reports.
Okay,
Well,
I'm not
there
mad
you
at
go.
that.
But we still gotta go find those disappearing kids or whoever.
Said it was kid.
Mostly adults disappearing, but never mind. Do you want to go and seek out the disappearing people in the mages in the forest of the Mages Guild, or
Yeah, in the forest.
you do?
Right?
To be
We're here.
honest,
Is that a priority at the moment?
Yes. Yes.
Obi and Fox definitely want to go there.
out of character, to be honest, I kind of thought that maybe it would be a good thing if we had her live with us. Not only could she keep an eye on the goblins, but it could be a great asset for us to have someone close by who can see the future, and we can provide her with food and wine, so she'd be very happy there.
Question though. How are we ever going to talk to her since we're never home?
Oh my gosh, we can get a sending
We have a
spell or something.
wizard, exactly. We have a wizard. He can cast sending.
At that
Or we
point,
could
you
get
can do that
sending
wherever
from-
she is. Just pointing that out.
We have those tubes.
You do.
Thank you for knowing what I was talking about. I'm trying to find
That
the
is
loot.
quite okay. Yeah, I believe it's actually in the handout loot. I don't know if you've got it in the thingy.
I was thinking that too. Our personal vision haver, you know, a personal divine. But if
we want to use her. We don't want our people using her.
Thank
No,
you.
it's
Oh,
not
we
about
found it.
it's not about not wanting them to use her. It's about whether or not she wants to be there of her own free will. If she doesn't want to live with us, then that's fine. But I just
She
think
did ask to go to a city. Your house is about as far from a city as anyone has ever
Sure,
got.
I'm not saying we force her, but we could at least have a conversation with her about it and the possibility of it. I mean, she's got a wicked sense of humor. Maybe she'd enjoy looking after 3 goblins.
Or
being looked after by 3 goblins at this rate.
4!
Elderly.
Whatever. It was just an idea.
Yo, that
so,
golf
right
ball
in.
went really far.
Didn't get that. Come in. What was that, Duff?
Don't worry about it. It was stupid.
No problem. Over.
Over.
Over and out.
All right, let's.
Put your
We'll take
walkie-talkie
her
down.
somewhere TBD.
Okay, yeah.
Right,
But are you
we're
willing
close to the forest.
So what you want to do is leave her where she is, head off to the disappearing people, and hope that she's still there when you get back.
Where's she gonna go? Wander off?
I think we should just take her with us.
Into the forest?
She's 109!
And?
Don't
She's
take
so
her to hunt
slow.
down disappearing people on a horse.
Why? Why?
She can't ride a
You
horse.
want our objective then?
She can ride with someone.
No.
Why?
Her old bones are so fragile. She's gonna get rattled.
You'll need to put her in a carriage or a cart.
Yeah,
Or a
she
wagon.
definitely needs to travel by carriage.
Or preferably a boat. No, don't be in a boat. What's wrong with you?
How
Yeah, but
long?
great.
I mean, we got here in a day-ish.
Yeah, but by boat, not by riding. Your boat
So
is a
we
lot
take our
faster
boat
than riding.
and take her here.
It'll take you a day. That's a day's
and come
journey.
back.
That's 2 days' journey.
We could just take her to Center Point in a boat and come back.
And if you want to pick her up from Center Point at a later date, she's not going to get very far. Just
She'll
saying.
get to like right outside Center Point, like a turtle.
So what you're suggesting, Ashwin, is that in the morning you take her to Center Point, come back and investigate the disappearing people.
It seems like the only option we have at the moment.
Why can't she wait a day here? She's not being killed. She's already waited a ton of days.
Well, it wouldn't be one day though. Didn't James say it was gonna take like a couple days to
Well,
get to
it will take you a day to travel to the disappearing people and a day to travel back, but that's provided you don't do anything when you get there. I don't know how long you'll
get
spend
there,
looking for
alright,
the
turn around.
looking for disappeared people.
All right.
Wanna do that?
If we, okay, if delivering an old woman is, let's just do it.
In the morning. Now?
I personally don't care.
Pack your shit, we're leaving!
I think she can wait a day or 2 or 3. I don't think she'll die.
I mean, it's touch and go. She is quite old.
If she's gonna die anyway.
If she's gonna die, she would have died at the next town anyway.
Exactly.
It's 4 p.m., 22nd of shares. What's the plan?
What's the
How about we
consensus?
flip a coin?
Oh my
Flip a
goodness.
coin.
Why don't we take a vote? Let's do this democratically.
Honestly, I don't care.
I don't care about the order myself personally. It's either order works.
I
If
personally.
she's content to stay here for an extra couple days, then I'm fine with that.
Sullivan, go
Yep.
talk to her. Go ask her.
Oh boy.
This ain't my plan. You go talk to her. You go.
Oh
ask her.
boy,
She likes
okay.
you more. She likes you more though.
We're doing her the favor
Oh.
already of taking her out. You know?
Don't say it like that.
We're gonna
Putting her
assassinate
out
her
of her
as a favor, so she. Can anyone else care what we do right now?
If we're here, come back at her later.
Thank you.
So I
Okay.
just want to check one thing though to make sure we're all on the same page with this. The
Oh my god.
Go on.
What do you mean? Oh my god.
Jamal, spit it out! What? What do you want to check?
Darth just being dumb. That's all. So the course of events of what happened and the conscription, we're all on the same page that it was definitely not forced. And so, do we have an opinion on how we're going to sort of demonstrate this, that it was this way, or do we just only really have our own accounts?
I mean, to be fair, even if this incident wasn't forced, the conversation with Callahan definitely makes it seem like they're not above enforcing people to do things. Like you said, in terms of Agatha, it's they will know what's better for people. So even if they didn't with the town, it doesn't mean that they won't it doesn't mean they haven't done it before. It doesn't mean that they won't do it going forward.
Well, he said that people seem very willing to join when they've just been saved. Right?
Exactly.
So that implies that this is how they're swelling their ranks. They're not forcing them to join, but they're being very persuasive.
No,
they're
but
leveraging the fact that they owe them their lives, basically, and people feel kind of obligated. I think
It's
how it looks.
Half an hour ago.
Yeah, it is unethical, but it's just one of those things where it isn't forced either. It's just not really.
No, but in terms of Agatha, it was definitely hinted at.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well, we don't have any proof of it.
We don't have proof either way, yeah.
Yeah. All we have proof of is that they don't magically do anything.
And that you joined them. So they are very persuasive.
Yeah, oh shit, hold on.
Doesn't look great, does it? They don't force anyone to join! Don't look at my torch clip.
And come back having joined. No, they're good.
Well, no,
Exactly, right? How does that look?
Oh.
Guys, I still don't know what you want to do or what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Forest.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you just want to go, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there's sunlight
Everybody's
still.
partying on your behalf because you've been joining the Fury and Guard, and you're like, we have important business elsewhere. Bye. We'll come back for the old woman.
We'll be back for your old lady.
Okay.
All of your base belong to us.
With that, you are able to head out, head back down to the river. Are you looking to just cross the river and head mounted across the land? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll figure it out somehow.
Oh boy, a map.
If you would like to drop your characters at the very bottom right of the map.
Hope I'm not in a void.
If somebody could take up pinging when they arrive, please.
Oh, I'm not in a void.
I'll drop myself off right there.
There we go.
I had no Wi-Fi.
Poor Glacius.
Yeah, what's my mount today?
We lost him on the way.
A 5.
Oh, we lost Darth?
No, he can't really place himself.
He can't put it on the map.
He's not logged into Roll20.
Yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal.
James doesn't care.
It's not a big deal right now. I'm just double checking.
Ooh, pretty.
Why is it not working?
Is it a Pink Panther?
No.
Oh! Didn't mean to do that.
What is that?
Oh!
A Balrog.
No, I can't
Looks
work out
a
why
little
the
bit different
background
when
is...
the grid line disappears.
Yeah, the background isn't working. It isn't. It didn't just do that. It also went all pale and horrible. Thank you. That's what I was trying to do. Okay. So you make your way over, and you notice that there is a sort of a series of rolling hills and cliff drops. Sorry, just making sure people are in the right places. It's going to be a wiggly, windy path, but the way you were heading was north. Well, technically south. This map is flipped, but north on this map. That's the direction in which you guys were headed. You're seeking disappearing people. Is there any particular way you're going about this? The only thing you've been told is they went missing in this area, or these areas.
Oh boy.
It's sort of 100 square miles from which they've gone missing.
Oh.
Keeping an eye out, but also, asking the locals.
Yeah, locals. Okay. You're keeping an eye out to find some locals. Yeah, it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock. You've got a couple of hours before it gets dark.
Yeah, the local foliage.
It's a forest. I'm asking the locals, aka the trees.
Okay.
I like how Fox
Any particular
is
tree?
on a different wavelength.
I'm looking for one that's
This one.
pretty matured.
Okay.
Oh.
In that case, you might want to head north a bit, because these are all...
He's into those mature trees.
None of those little baby
these are
twigs.
all sort of smaller, almost like bushes or shrubs. But at the very top here, you do see one particularly large oak. It seems it stood a while.
That's a mature tree.
Sound like when you talk to
Very experienced tree. Really knows what it's doing.
So just to point
it
it out.
knows what it's
Sorry,
doing.
I think I've got
It's been
someone's
around the
token.
block.
But it's this tree here. Yeah, this huge oak. Its branches spread high up into the sky. You see various different creatures sort of making a home inside the tree.
How sweet.
Get my speak with plants going.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just do that?
Hell yeah.
But then they can't speak back. Like I can communicate basic ideas, but it's just basic stuff back. Speak with plants allows me to actually communicate.
Okay.
If only you had the awaken spell.
Next level.
Really?
Yep.
So why are we here then? Why aren't we immediately heading to Thraxton?
We're
Gotta do those main
investigating
missions.
missing people.
He meant so that we could level up and come back with awaken. Anyway, fuck. Let's go on. Then.
Yeah. I'll approach the tree. Hello there.
Hello.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but have you seen any other humanoids around here recently?
I don't pay much attention to the two-legged folk. They come and they go.
That is understandable.
None in the last sun or two.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, I would suppose. There's a weird limitation on Speak with Plants that you're going to struggle with here, Jay, because it's specifically events within the last day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
unless
well,
somebody went
someone-
missing in the last 24 hours, you might find this is a common theme. Just a warning on that one. Can you guys see to your left down that way? Can I just confirm?
No.
No.
No, okay. That's a weird one, because I think it should be... Oh, okay, yeah. Hold on a second. Let me fix that. It is a one-way in... That way. There we go.
Ooh.
Okay. Because you are at the top of a cliff looking down at a valley, not the other way round.
Pretty.
Yeah. So you're looking down at this sort of sheltered valley in the middle. And you do notice 2 or 3 little hamlets there. Little wooden shacky kind of homes.
Goodness.
Do I see any movement?
Sorry, Jay, am I assuming that's where our conversation broke off? But if you wanted to speak more to said tree, he isn't going to turn you away.
Oh, no. Yeah, I didn't want to disturb it.
I didn't think we were conversating, but I just realised I might feel like I'd cut you off. Yeah, so you do see a couple of little hamlets down here, sort of one over there, one over there. I mean, hamlet's a very vast word for them. They're these tiny little shacks sort of almost built into the tree line.
Cool.
Like a hunting shack? Like you might sit in to wait for a deer to shoot it with a, bow.
In this day and age, no people probably living in them.
It's like a cabin in the woods.
Yeah. Sure, maybe. It's much more a shack.
But
It's like-
without the government aliens hiding.
It's a bed and a bucket. That's sort of what they're living in. A bed and a bucket and maybe a sideboard to cut some meat, or whatever.
I think that's how Glacius lives.
It's not far off how Fox used to live.
Yeah, but it's funnier when we talk about it with Glacius.
That's true.
I don't like that. Over.
No, you come in. No, you don't. No signal. Throws walkie-talkie away.
Okay, so what's the plan? Are we going down to the hamlets? What's the...
Yeah, let's go see if anyone's there, if they've heard anything, or seen anything, or smelt anything, or any of the other senses they want to try.
Okay.
Is this an area I'm familiar with? Like this specific area?
No. I think you would know of areas like this. It feels familiar in that it's the Greenwood. But this particular glade is not something that you know directly.
Got it.
Even from this distance, you can tell that these huts are abandoned to Varswood. They're uninhabited currently.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of Pokemon would we find in this area?
None.
You're no fun.
Indeed.
It's the forest from Black and White. Petalil's
In
here.
D&D.
Oh no.
Guys, the huts. What are we doing with them?
Burning them. No,
Go
we'll
inside.
go knock on the door.
Do they have doors?
No, not really. Well, one of them does. They got it.
Knock on the wall of said hut.
There's no one in them. It's obvious they are currently uninhabited. But you do see, like, there is a bed in there. In the first one, are you going to go into one if you see that there's no people there?
I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
I did point them out vaguely, but they're not like absolutely visible on the map. There was one here where Obi is, there's one over here, and there's one over there. The one where Obi is, if you go in, you'll see a pair of good working boots on the ground at the foot of the bed. There is the smell of carrion or rotted meat coming from inside. And in fact, you do see that there is what appears to be the carcass of a rabbit hanging from the ceiling, but it looks like it's been hanging there for at least 10 days, maybe longer.
Damn.
It smells awful.
Is there any like books or papers or anything like that that might have information about who once was here?
There is no sign that this person has any sort of written work. You do see a couple of tools left on the side. One looks like a tool for whittling down bone into useful implements, and one looks like a paring knife.
And there's no pictures or anything. Oh, I suppose pictures don't exist in this one.
Of course they do. Well, not photos, but painted pictures.
Yeah.
But not
I was thinking like
man
family
here.
photos, you know.
You do see a couple of animal skins. One on the ground, which appears to be a large fox. Sorry, fox.
Not
And
fox.
one on the wall, which appears to be perhaps a deer or an elk or something like that.
Yeah, speaking of animals, I've just discovered otter talk, and otters are so cute.
Oh my goodness, they are.
They are.
Back on
So-
topic. We're running out of time.
I will leave.
Okay, Fox, you were saying?
Yes. I am going to ask my panther to see if they can get the scent of who was living here to try and track.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get the scent.
Could Obi's dog help with that?
The panther's better at it. The first two shacks is just a nope. The third one that's down here, you are able to follow the trail. I need to move the map. Sorry, hold on a second. You're able to follow the trail from the shack, leading sort of over here, and then it just disappears.
Okay.
Just gone. And in fact, Ashrin will be able to see some of the tracks on the ground also disappear at that point. Like they just jumped up into the sky and never came back.
Oh no, into the sky, huh?
I suppose they
I mean,
could
is
have
it-
teleported
it's
into
heavily-
the earth.
It's heavily forested, right? It doesn't
Yes.
seem like the large creature like the one we saw before wouldn't just have swooped
Oh
in.
no! There's no sign. If that creature had to come down, it would have like cracked trees and broken all. No,
Alright,
my point
cool.
is that they get to a certain point and then they just vanish into thin air.
Okay. And there's like no disturbances
Nothing.
around.
Not a single sign that they were ever there, other than those footprints up to that point.
Maybe this is one of those things where we can't actually do anything about it now, but maybe given some time passing, we'd find more information. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does someone want to check magically?
Like, detect magic?
Yeah, I'd like to take 10 to ritual.
Yeah. You don't notice any magic.
Oh boy.
It's 30 feet. You walk around in a nice wide circle. You don't notice any magic.
Maybe it's like the Bermuda Triangle.
Well, it's 100 square miles where people have been missing from. It's not just this little glade.
Okay, maybe
No,
it's
I
like...
mean, I was just curious about the
No,
shadows.
I'm just pointing out that, you know, just investigating this glade, you're probably not going to give you all the answers.
Maybe it's like
Yeah.
the Grand Canyon and how people just go missing out of nowhere.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been said that once or twice people have gone missing there. It's not like a super common thing where it's like, oh, don't go to the Bermuda Triangle, right?
That's what they want you to think.
Are we making camp here for the night, or do you want to continue looking throughout the night? The sun is beginning to set. It is
I think we should
8
make
o'clock.
camp.
Make
I'd like
camp,
to have-
did you say?
Yeah.
So let's Jamal finish what he's saying.
I'd like to at least, dusk time. Our vision should be pretty good. Have Nocturne scout around a good area. A, to make sure it's safe, and B, to see if there was any signs of disappearance.
Flying for hours, the only thing that the owl will be able to tell you is that A, they saw no people, and B, the hunting was terrible. As they say that, as you look around, you will notice that you haven't seen much in the way of wildlife either. And on
Are
that
there
point,
any, like, crickets?
nope, not really. There's a few small creatures here and there. There's mostly birds, creatures off the ground. You see very little on the ground apart from like the odd insect.
Ooh, maybe if we stay here during the night, we might find out what's scaring all the animals away.
Perhaps you will, perhaps you won't, but you won't find out today because that is where we are going to end.
Dragon Ball Z.
And we come to the timeless tradition of MVPs. We will start with our late comer, Jay.
Yeah, hi. I think the conversation between Sullivan and Agatha was so great.
Good.
Very nice to listen to, but also amusing at some points.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Who's next in the circle? Darth Elder.
Come in.
Over. Alright. I liked us spending like an hour trying to say something that I said right before we got to the Furian Guard base, which was that, it doesn't seem like they magically coerced them, but, they did take advantage of the people after like a, very traumatic and like, oh, we kind of owe you our lives sort of thing. And then we end all that. That is the conclusion that we kind of came to. And I was just like, all right, that was fun. It was a fun couple hours.
Yeah, that was good. And I think you learned a lot, even though you didn't get any further conclusions, right? You still learned a lot about like the way the Furian God operates and stuff like that. Jamal.
I'm gonna have to go with the conversation Sullivan had regarding Agatha as well, and just Agatha as a character. I just think Agatha's just a great little bit of great little bit of chaos.
I don't know if the reference would work for the Americans. I don't know if any of you know of Catherine Tate and her work, but she plays this character called Nan, and that's very much what she's based on. She's this crude, crass old woman who's like got this horrible voice. And that's what, in my head, she's based on. I did say to Josh on the break, I said, I wish I could play her more how I see her, but I'm glad that her personality came across, even if the way I portrayed her didn't. Josh?
Yeah, I also really liked Agatha. It was very fun to play with her. Just very... Oh my goodness. Get your minds out of the gutter. Sullivan is the virgin.
Words.
Get your face out of her gutter.
Don't worry, Sullivan. We know.
No, it was... Yeah, that was a very fun character to go back and forth with. I also really liked that not one, but two people signed up for the Furian Guard. I'm very curious to see if later down the line, when we get jobs from all three factions, if that will be conflicting within the party. I think that'll be very interesting to see those kind of dynamics play out. If some people are like, we should, like, if we can't do all three and we have to choose one, how that will come across within the group. I think that'll be really fun.
I'm looking forward to that moment. Yes, Michaela.
Also, if we'll ever get there.
We're doing quite well at staying on track. Sorry.
Yeah. I like the gnome falling out of the sky. That was crazy.
I've been waiting for that card for ages.
He had a lot of cool stuff. And also, I liked Sullivan's little ceremony for him. That was pretty sweet.
It was very touching.
Even though it was just some random guy from the sky, that was still a nice gesture.
Random guy in the sky.
Honestly, when I read the encounter card, and I was just like, "The fuck am I gonna do with this?" Like, gnome falls out the sky. It's all the card says. It said no other information given. Gnome falls out the sky. I was thinking, I know where it comes from in my head because somebody falls out the sky in Morrowind.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
And, yeah, but I couldn't think at the time exactly what to do with it. But yeah, I'm glad you liked it. Laura.
I had two. The Ponzi schemes swan boat sale proposal.
Yeah.
You want to buy a boat? It's great. Okay, see ya. Bye. And the other one was the guy at the entrance of the Furian Guard who was talking in Shakespearean Old English, just going,
He
"Dost
said,
thou
"Oh,
wish to enter our fortress?" And Glacius just is like, "Sure."
Yeah. So there's this wonderful. I don't know if anybody's read the Belgariad. But there's these, or the Malorian, which follows it, but there's these wonderful books by David Eddings, and basically there's this, everybody talks normally, and there's this knight, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but basically he talks in like all these and thous, and like a few of the other characters go along with it and try and like out thee and thou him and like speak in this really ostentatious speech, and this woman Polgara sort of turns around and is like, "I do very much wish so that thee might enter thy area," talking absolute rubbish, just throwing all these elaborate words in, and in my head that's who this guy is he wants to be this finesseful knight, but really he only knew one word for fortress, right? That's what was going on in my head. So I'm glad it was fun. Yeah, Matt.
I gotta give it to the never-ending mystery of the giant flying creature in the sky.
Oh my god, right?
Wow.
I can fly twice as high.
We'll one day find out what that is.
You will definitely one day find out what that is. It's not Ho.
I don't think that days anytime soon.
Well, we never know. It's very much a chance-based thing, but yeah. I'm glad that the threads are interesting. A couple of small MVPs. I liked it when I said, "Does Obi add anything to that?" And Matt goes, "No." It was great. Just like brilliant moment. I love the difference in Callum and Glacius swearing their vows. Callum very much, I do, yes, and then Darth going, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Yeah, very changing things. I really enjoy doing those sort of big oaths. Josh asked me for the motto of the Dawn Guard about 3.5 weeks before the sessions, before we started this campaign. And I said to him, "I'll get back to you and let you know." He's still waiting. But I did have the Furian Guard vows written out a long, long time ago. I can't find them, but I'm pretty sure that they were somewhat right. And so I really enjoyed doing that. And I'm very glad that two of you did decide to join the Furian Guard, because we now have representation for every faction, which is really cool. And I really like the Furian Guard. I do. I like the idea of these paladins who, like, they're willing to do the right thing no matter what. I love that little view of, like, maybe in a time like this, it's kind of what's necessary, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's the lesser of two evils, that sort of thing. For the greater good, as they say.
Exactly.
But as four of you said, I've got to echo, I really, really enjoyed the rescuing of Agatha and the conversation between Sullivan and Agatha, and for that reason, Josh, today, this week, you are our MVP. That was a beautiful conversation. To be honest, if I hadn't given it for that, I might have given it for the funeral rite. for the gnome anyway. So yeah, you had a good week.
It's kind of funny because like when I first made Sullivan, ceremony was like the first spell I put in there, and James was like, "When are you ever gonna use that?" And so far, I've made holy water with it, and now I've done a funeral rite with it.
You were trying to get us married.
I know. I'm getting some good mileage out of this spell.
Yeah,
we do get bonus AC for marriage, guys. So let's reconsider.
Do you?
Yeah.
You get.
Is it for the day or?
It's like a week or something.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, maybe we'll have to work our way.
Then you get divorced, and you cast it again.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That is, however, where we're going to end. So if you guys would like to say goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
We shall see you soon.